Hello, Chad, and welcome to a brand new Roomba of Shitposting. Today there's a lot of people. We're literally only missing Ryu. And that's pretty much it. If he comes by, then literally everyone is here, and every single square is occupied for, yeah. But say hello, Goobers.
Hello,
Goobers.
Hello.
What's done has been done, and what hadn't been done has been done as well.
That's not hello.
And it's
The stream's working. I can confirm. We are.
so
audible.
because of that, it can be done again.
Dun dun
Done.
dun.
Done.
Hi, Amy. How are you?
Amy.
Yes. What else am I supposed to call you?
Pokemon. Amy.
I didn't know we were already live, so I didn't go get a drink. So I haven't gotten a drink. So I'm gonna be listening for a couple seconds while I go get a drink.
Bitch, we all got the notification.
Bitch, I told you! I literally said I'm going to start the stream!
I was so busy chatting with people and having a good shitposting time that I didn't realize.
Oopsie.
Get your fucking drink.
I'm gonna go get my drink. Be right back.
God
Okay.
damn.
So we've had that covered.
So,
I just took my medicine.
medicine.
I took my medicina. Medicina.
So what happened? Mina? Why are you with the sickness?
I
Why
got
you
sick
down?
on Mother's Day.
Down with the sickness.
I'm down with the sickness.
That's absolutely horrid. Yikes.
It started with the runny nose, and then I got all congested, and now I'm here.
I think that's called allergies.
No, because I didn't get the rest of it. It might have just been because the season's been so fucking whack.
Yeah.
It's been cold, and then it was hot, then it was cold again, then it was hot for
fucking
2
rained
days.
where I am
You got rain?
for about 5
Bullshit.
minutes.
It's still 5 minutes of
Hey, you
rain.
guys had rain?
You guys are getting rain?
Damn.
Yeah, I know. We're not allowed to have that. It doesn't fucking rain here.
It crashed my It crashed my stream. If it's the same rain that I'm thinking of. Oh wait, no, you're talking about on the West Coast. Never mind.
Yeah, West Coast rain.
Oh yeah, Amy
It's
had a
basically-
storm the other day.
California
She cut off her
doesn't have
stream.
water. Water
Let's
doesn't
see.
exist in California. At least
It
not-
does, but in bottled form.
Yeah, in California we have bottled water and salt water.
Yikes.
And Fiji. Whatever the fuck
Ew.
Fiji water is. That should be good.
Please get away with Fiji water. Swear to God.
That's a danger against humanity. I don't know why it's still being sold.
No, that's LaCroix.
I thought both were.
LaCroix can't legally be called fresh water.
Bam.
What?
Yeah,
That's good.
in like at least one state, LaCroix cannot legally be defined as fresh water.
Wow.
Well, Mao.
What is it? Is it the purple pipe water or is it too salty?
I have no idea what it is.
That's funny as hell.
Do you have the purple pipes down there, or is that only up here?
I don't know if we have the purple pipes.
Hmm.
Something to investigate. I hear cat.
I imagine you probably do, but
I'm gonna grab my-
Let's see. What else has happened this week? This
at least
the
where I
last
am,
week. Right.
the purple pipes is the recycled water.
Oh. Yeah, it's not potable though.
Yeah. It's usually not.
I think it's because they won't disclose where they get the water from.
Well, no, they do disclose where they recycle the water from. It's,
No. For LaCroix.
Oh, okay.
Wait, LaCroix uses recycled water? What?
No.
Oh.
There's two conversations happening in parallel. No, the recycled water is, from my understanding, is generally treated to the point where you could drink, but the thing is, it's not tested to certify it's potable. And unless there are some places where they do that, but if it's in the purple pipes, it's not.
And
Your
then
crunching's very loud.
What?
yeah, your bag is pretty loud.
So yeah, I realized it was activating my microphone. I'm sorry.
He's just
I just
And
I just
And
wanted
then-
my pirate smoothie.
Okay.
what?
And that's the name of like a chip brand in the U.S.
Yeah, it's basically like a weird kind of popcorn thing.
Doesn't make it any less funny. Because haha booty.
No, that was the intent. It was intended to be funny.
Yes.
Kirby eats ass.
Yeah, of course I do. I'm gay.
Yeah. But why would you?
Damn.
The internet gaslit itself into eating ass.
At least she's honest.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute.
Oh no, he's getting too deep into it.
Emmy,
What?
Oh, oh no. He's
your chance, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that make you liking men straight?
True.
True.
I am okay. I'm trans, but I'm still non-binary, which means the way I identify in terms of my sexuality is up to me, and I am gay for everything. I am
gay
gay in a
Gay
gay
as
way.
in the mental state, rather than the actual sexuality.
Exactly. I am pan in a gay way.
Hold on.
Gay
I
as
need to post. Hold on. My reaction is. Y'all know the fucking Rowlet that is panicking?
Yeah.
I think. Oh yeah, I've got that as an emoji, and it's oh no.
Yes, the oh no.
Oh yeah,
emoji.
that's right.
That one. That's me. That's me trying to think about this.
Stop thinking about Kirby eating ass.
It's not that part.
Alright, let us put a horny be gone in the chat and move on.
Let's see what else
my
has
God.
happened this week. This is the last week at my job at the retail store,
Oh.
and I start a new position tomorrow.
Oh,
Oh,
wait, you're
yay.
getting. I was going to. You know what I was going to fucking say? I was going to say that you're getting upgraded.
Yes.
Upgrades, people, upgrades.
But the fucking word's
Hell yeah.
promoted. You're getting a promotion.
Yeah,
Nice.
promotion is not the word just because it's not within the same company.
Wait, what?
Promotions are within the company.
Oh. What?
It's come on, Jimmy, keep up.
Promotions
when
I'm
you're
like,
really
yeah, I know.
fucking stupid. Leave me alone, okay? I know I'm really dumb.
No. Promociones son cuando recibes un
Yeah, but you said that you're
trabajo
stopping.
dentro del mismo compañía,
Yes.
but I'm not working in the same company.
I think I missed.
So promotion wouldn't be the word here.
Okay,
I get
then
that.
I completely misunderstood you because I thought you said that you were stopping at that work and you were starting a higher position.
Yeah, so upgrade.
You're transferring to another company who, as
At a
part of
higher
the
position.
transfer, is offering a higher position.
Okay, that makes
Yes.
a lot
I
more
hear
sense.
that,
I am so
okay.
sorry for slowing everyone down. My brain's just really fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
It is pretty late where you are, and you consistently
no, it's only
don't get
6 p.m. It's only 6 p.m. It's not that late. It's no excuse for my brain to being this fucking slow.
That's because you consistently don't get sleep.
Yep.
I'll be honest, I'm not convinced Jimmy does sleep.
I do.
He just watches.
Hours
He just
now.
watches YouTube shorts.
Yeah, basically. Watch it. He says he goes offline on Discord and then he watches YouTube shorts and then he's suddenly on at 7 a.m.
Bailey,
Be
believe
honest,
this, man.
I'm
Okay,
gonna be honest, knowing
there is-
Jimmy, I'm not sure it's YouTube that he's watching.
No, it is definitely YouTube.
Damn.
No, he's admitted to
The
me
more
that it was
sad
YouTube
part.
shorts.
Okay.
I've actually legitimately told Darius and Emmy, and I'm pretty sure over the group chat that more than one time I've been just like, what the fuck? It's 7 in the morning. What am I doing? Watching YouTube shorts.
Like, bro tells me
Not
good
sleeping,
night and
that's
then
for sure.
suddenly, oh, bro, I've stayed awake till 7 a.m. I've watched too many shorts. I've lost track of time.
That's me, but with fan fictions.
To
be fair, they are paying
that
us.
was me the week I bought Transport Fever 2.
Me when a new Power World update drops.
Me when
But you
train
just don't
game.
sleep.
Me every day.
Sleep for the cowardly.
I should check to see if that's a thing on the Steam Workshop for that game.
Anyway, last update, I got my badge and my patch for Anime Expo this year.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So the 4th of July weekend, I will be out.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be out on August 9 to 16, and I'm going to be out June 11 to 15th. And you may wonder, why are you telling us the August one? Because I now know the date, because it's family vacation. Fortunately, we're going to France, but that's besides the point.
You, France.
Give me some snacks.
French land.
No French.
If Darius
Yeah,
is
just
able
how
to
it-
take the same trip on the same... at the same time.
Meet in the middle.
I doubt.
Meet
in
I
the
doubt
middle.
it because we're going to the south of France.
Oh, it's
It's not quite meeting in the middle. Meeting in the middle for Bolt, maybe.
Yeah. Amsterdam, I meant.
I can't. It's a family trip. I can't, go to another country.
I'm
just
going
I'm
to kidnap
I'm
you.
going to visit a
I'm
friend.
just going to.
Hey, that
kidnap
was really
you.
close to the Dutch
You could never
pronunciation,
learn.
I'll be honest. That was really close. It was a mix of English and Dutch.
I just say normally Amsterdam in my language.
That is the Dutch pronunciation, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam, son. Where'd you find this?
Okay.
Damn, son, where'd you find my long lost son? I
But yeah,
just hear that and I go into fucking. I'm sorry, I can't not go into goddamn. What's it called? I do fucking Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
I do love me some Doug Dimmadome, the owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you. Family trip.
Yeah.
I think Meep is the only one who's able to like actually derail and say, "Hey, can I go visit friend?"
I think
Theoretically.
I've talked about this before. How I hate being the one person like the sandwich, the continental sandwich.
Fair. That's
Because
totally
it
alright.
literally is what it
planetary
is. Everyone in Europe lives in the northern side of Europe, because Mech, I'm pretty sure he lives in northern Europe. Everyone's either in the Netherlands, Germany, or Austria.
Nederlanden.
Then Brian's fucking off in the UK, and then everyone else is in fucking America. And
Meep and
meanwhile-
Eric-
I didn't choose to be in America.
And And
Don't
then
get
I'm
me
just
started on the
here
Asian friends.
in Spain, in the corner.
You literally are in a corner, huh?
Joey! Don't you dare!
Man,
I'm
Spain is such a
sandwiched
corner
between my
country.
friends, and I can't enjoy any of the flavor of being with friends.
Damn.
What's it being on the other side of the coast?
You're the mayonnaise.
Oh boy.
He's the mayonnaise of this sandwich because there's no flavor here.
No, well, I mean, mayonnaise is a little bit of flavor. I'm
What?
more so the soggy lettuce.
He's also. Well, we also know he's not an instrument.
He's not instrumental here.
God fucking damn it.
No, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument.
No, Patrick. Mayonnaise isn't an instrument.
Oh,
This really is the Roomba of Shitposting, isn't it?
Emmy,
What?
I don't want to be rude, but which one of your cats is screaming like his life depends on it, dude?
It's Joey who's trying to start a fight
With Momo or with Morgan?
with Morgan.
Put him on top of the fridge.
He
Yeah,
likes
fair
that,
point, actually.
and he will knock something down.
Take the
yeah.
stuff on top of the fridge and leave him up there.
Meow at him again like that. I swear.
I swear.
She's going mommy mode.
Absolutely. Mom is angry.
All right. Hopefully he'll stop.
Mama went
Hopefully.
angry and locked the cat.
Oh my god. My cats, I swear. It's like I actually have children.
Yeah, that's what it's like with Roxy. She'll scream whenever I'm not in her immediate line of sight.
I find it very, yeah, and my intuitive screams at like 12 in the morning when it's not his time for to eat, because he just wants to eat really fucking early, and he knows for a fact lunch is not until 1 p.m.
Yep.
The funniest thing about Tutubo, which by the way, he's our oldest cat, he's like, I think he's gonna be 13 this year, actually.
Happy birthday.
I think it's we don't exactly know when he was born, so we just lump in his birthday with my brother's, because
Yeah.
he's the one that brought him home.
Joey, I swear to Christ, get out of here, out!
Chewie, I swear to God, I'm going to crash out.
Oh, Joey's being a menace.
Yes.
Madam, if I may make a suggestion. Your mic.
Fair enough. I don't know why it's. Oh, my crisp is off. I don't know why it's not on. I turned it on. I swear I turned it back on. You shouldn't be able to hear him as much.
I meant more for when you're going to scold him. You scare me.
Security.
Sorry.
I'm just baby.
Sorry.
She is, baby. But yeah, how was everyone's week?
It could be worse. Could be better.
Okay, that's
It was
Oh,
alright.
that didn't
for
go
most
worse.
men.
Okay.
It went well.
it existed. It was a week that existed.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was pretty decent. Today we had lunch. My brother's girlfriend came by. Because why not? It's funny because I've talked to my sister and my brother about this, because both of them have gone respective like pair, and my sister was like, I swear to God, if you don't get yourself an out of country girlfriend, you're gonna break tradition. And I'm like, bruh. She said this jokingly, by the way.
Bruh.
Hope so.
Yeah. She knows I'm never gonna get one.
Damn.
Not with that attitude.
Agreed.
Makes you scaring the hose away with all that.
With all that self-depreciation.
Yeah,
We've never been approaching them.
you're scaring the hoes away. This Appleton is beating my ass.
Damn.
Both of us went for the damn.
Side note, do you guys think... I know it's been a while since Appleton's been out, but it's all the fact that its ears are its eyes always freaks me out.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed. That shit's so weird. I don't get it. I don't get it. The only of the apple evolutions I like is actually Hydrapple. Just because it's funny to me. It's like it's just like it looks so weird, and then it gets even fucking funnier when all the heads come out. It's just like, oh, where were those?
What was that noise?
Anyway,
Me explaining how I felt when I first saw Hydrapple. What else could it have been?
It just reminded me of you when you make your Mickey Mouse noises.
Oh, don't get me started, you little shit.
shall we into the idea box?
Into the idea box.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, starting us off. Jimmy,
Yes.
you poked your head into one of the shiny Pokemon buying websites.
Etsy?
Make it 3. No. Okay, so a little bit of story time. I shiny hunt a lot of Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet through the Masuda Shut up, bot. I know we're going to talk about bots, but this isn't the time for you to show up. Fuck off. What was I again? Right. I tend to shiny hunt a lot through Masuda Method, and I tend to get a lot of Pokemon out of that. Usually 15 boxes worth of eggs. But because I really just don't want to release them, I'd rather release other Pokemon and try, share Pokemons, because I don't usually I've been shiny hunting Hisuian Sneasel, Gumi, Chespin, Fennekin, and Skrelp. I got shiny Gumi and I got shiny Sneasel, Hisuian Sneasel twice, so I don't have to worry about those finally. Yes. But once I'm done with hatching all the eggs, I go through the process of wonder treating them. And something that pisses me off from Scarlet and Violet specifically is the amount of bots. The amount of bot websites there are. So, as if you look at stream on screen, I have Opera GX open, and I have 3 websites from hacked Pokemons I have received from Scarlet and Violet. I went into the websites to check them out. And this is a rabbit hole and a half. So, there he is. Give me a number from 1 to 3.
God. Do we got journalism going on here?
2.
2? Alright. So let's go to Ninvender. This is the... So, they have, orders. They have a little list of things you can get for them, and if you're just on Pokemon for Scarlet and Violet, you just get to see the shinies. And this isn't just shiny Pokemons and all that. No, these motherfuckers have bundles. So for the low price of $11.97, you can get yourself a shiny Rayquaza, shiny Kyogre, and shiny Groudon.
Ooh.
You also have...
Can I get that one? Joking!
This is just pure journalism. This was just pure unbridled curiosity. And you have Evolution Bundle, Traces of Ruin, Paradox Pokemon. And then you have the funniest thing that I think, which is the mystery Pokemon. You can just pay $3 to just receive a random mystery shiny Pokemon or mystery random shiny egg.
Nintendo's lawyers are busy going after Power World instead of these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
For eggs, I actually didn't even check eggs, but they have Hisuian Zora, which I already have. Yeah, they have like a bunch of prestige tiny boys. And for bundles, it's not just, oh, you can buy one mystery Pokemon. No. You can buy 30 mystery Pokemons and mystery eggs. An entire box for $71.
This is ridiculous.
I don't get it. I don't get why people would use this. But the fact that there are so many rampant bots in Pokemon makes me think that people use this. And I hate
It could just be that a bunch of people, because when I talk about Pokemon with my coworkers
Yeah.
or with my therapist, I mentioned I'm getting my Pokemon back later today.
Oh, it's today?
Today.
Yes!
At least 200 of them. Because the other one, we're going to trade through Pokemon Home. But you can only do 10 Pokemon a day on Pokemon Home.
That's stupid.
Yes, very.
But congratulations.
So I'm getting like 230 of them back today.
Let's fucking go. Uh-huh.
But whenever I talk about that to like coworkers or people around me, they always assume I'm talking about the cards. All they know, right? Pokemon is worth a lot.
Yes.
I don't think if they know the difference between the cards being worth a lot or Pokemon themselves in the game also being worth a lot. So that could just be what that is. People genuinely who are not in the space, in the community, trying to put value onto things artificially. Because I just asked you, do you mean Etsy? Because I have it saved currently on my favorites list for something like this, just to show you guys. That there's currently a shiny Alolan Raichu for sale for like $3
On Etsy?
on Etsy.
That's funny. Yeah, I could probably even find, if I really wanted to, on these like that. No, but the thing is, these, like, when they send you one of these hack, I just called them hack because gender doesn't sound good. But when I see one of these hacked shinies, it's like, oh, they put, like, the nickname, they put the website name, and, there's none. This isn't the only way. There's one specifically, Pokemon Cafe, I think it was called. That's a Twitch channel.
Bruh.
Where it sells, yeah, Pokemon. Amy, 1 or 3?
I like the number 3.
Okay, so this is the first.
Are we really
this-
going to go through all of them?
Yes, because there are differences.
Oh, okay.
Especially between Monforge and Vendor and the other one. They're all different websites. This one, from what I've seen, is the cheapest out of the 3. Like, in this one, the Super Ancient Bundle is $11. In this one, it's €9. Actually, wait.
Actually, here's the thing. Here's a question for
Yeah?
people. If Nintendo started just selling Pokemon like this, do you think people would be up in arms over it?
Yes. No.
Yes and no. Some would, some wouldn't.
Yeah.
Again, it'd be those people who are kind of grifters in the community just trying to sell people or sell
That's
Pokemon
true.
like that
Probably.
who would be up in arms.
Mhm.
But most normal and casual players would not give a shit.
They call it like
I
the
feel
Team
like
Rocket.
the casual players would be up in arms.
I don't know who. Like,
Because
casual
it's-
players would be up in arms for not being able to buy hacked Pokemon?
No, for
No, they'd be able to just buy directly like from
yeah,
Nintendo.
I feel like they'd be the ones up in arms. I think
Why?
the people that wouldn't be up in arms are the people that see Pokemon just as a transaction. Because they just
Yeah,
use them like the cards. They just
Yeah,
buy
the
shit
grifter.
and sell them in high prices. They'd be happy to have this be endorsed by Pokemon, and everyone else would be up in arms.
Have it be like the Team Rocket market or something like that.
Yeah, basically.
Congratulations, if you're selling Pokemon like this, if you're beating people up for the trading cards, you would be in Team Rocket.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on, is it actually
The,
cheaper?
the only Pokemon villain team that's actually just criminals.
Oh no, I think it's the same price. It's because I was looking at it through euros instead of dollars. Wait, no, it's still cheaper. Hold on, Mystery Egg and this is... Hold on. Yeah, Mystery Egg here is $3 and this is $2. So it is still cheaper. Let me put Spain just so I can work with this. Because it is the... It has the same type of deals, like, oh, you can have Pokemon they want, it's like different prices, they have different bundles. Something I wanted to show, they don't just sell Pokemon. They also sell items.
What?
Would you sell items?
So you give
People will buy them.
you give a Pokemon the item to hold and then you trade it. So you can buy a Master Ball
but
for
why-
2 euros. I have no idea. But it's an option.
People buy them.
Like,
I mean,
you can-
obviously, but
You can buy a Pokemon. You can buy a Pokeball for €1.
Bruh. Why would someone pay real money for a single in-game Pokeball?
I've no
Okay,
idea.
that is crazy.
It's very funny. I've been a lot of my hours in Scotland have been
The Master Ball, I can see that, but the standard Pokeball?
every single type of Pokeball is in there. Like Pokeballs, Great Balls, Ultra Balls,
I
Dive
feel like
Balls,
those ones
Repeat
never
Balls.
really get blood.
Even then, like, why the fuck would you want to buy a Ultra
I
Ball?
wonder if
for €1?
anyone's ever actually bought a
Hmm.
normal Pokeball via this service.
I don't
I
know.
personally have
This-
too much
This
money.
just sounds like a scam, honestly.
It
This
probably
isn't
it
just
is a scam.
It probably.
no.
is.
This isn't just like a grift trying to get money. No, this is 1000%. They're gonna have you like spend, and they're gonna take your information and shit, and then like sell it someplace, or even like they're not even gonna give you the item.
Which, by the way,
There's no way it's not gonna. That's not how
they
it's gonna.
have a code to use for buy 4 get 2 free for May in this set website.
Bruh.
You know what? Now I want to see if they have like fucking like call centers and see if I can send that shit to fucking Kit Boga. Goddamn.
It's just like, it's so weird to me. Why would anyone do this?
Because if they have call centers and shit, there are some scam busters who would really scam baiters who would really love to fuck with them.
They probably have a phone.
Anyway. Are
And
we gonna do the
then-
third one? Move on.
I'll show the third one in a bit, unless anyone wants to ask anything from this one. This is one of the ones that I see the most, Monforge. I thought it was French.
Here.
Also, fucking
French.
AI image from Ronin Iron Flame. The
It kind of
Monforge
reminds me
blacksmith.
of like crocheting over the course of COVID has gotten super big, right? I was crocheting prior to COVID, but I noticed there's a lot more content creators for crocheting that popped up during that time.
Mhm.
People had time, they taught themselves how to do shit.
Yeah.
It feels like when I go onto Etsy to buy patterns and shit,
Mhm.
there are so many AI patterns now,
Oh no.
Bruh.
and they bought themselves fake reviews as well.
Of course they did.
Bruh.
That's no surprise.
And they're all 5-star reviews.
Of course.
That's how you know it's just lots of bullshit.
Yeah.
They probably, if they have the ability to on Etsy, also remove negative reviews.
Mm-hmm. So this one I'm going to share it on screen just because you guys can see this bullshit. This is called Crochet Sonic Amigurumi Pattern. Wizard Crochet.
Oh, that's definitely AI.
That hand
Oh my god.
is awful.
This screams. so
Not
much
even
AI.
trying.
That sucks.
I don't even think you can do some of those stitch patterns on some of these.
Well, it's AI generated. It doesn't need to be real.
I know. And there's a video, and usually for videos, the way the creators on Etsy will prove that they're not AI is that they'll give it a quick turnaround,
Oh boy.
or they'll show themselves interacting with the object they're selling. This is what that video looks like.
Of course.
It's just the zoo.
Oh, that is just fucking ridiculous.
Oh my god.
4.4 out of 5, 7 reviews. So beautifully written, easy to follow, yet the end result looks so intricate. I'm impressed. Can't wait to start this one. So cute. Can't wait to start this one. Can't wait to start. None of them have started
genuinely
it.
Looks painful to look at.
Yeah, all of these
God, I am so sorry for this.
just look like shit. Like, I know this one's real. I've seen this one around.
Yeah, that
His
one
name
was
is
real.
Super Prickle. And we're getting a turnaround and, you know, how poses and how that would work. I can see the pins in it from where they're trying to sew the
Yeah.
quills on.
Alright,
Yeah, let's.
Shall we move on?
Hold on, wait. One final website. We actually left like the more. Oh,
let's speed run this, because
yeah.
Because we're going to
Oh.
be here for a while.
I'm gonna be honest, I feel like we've basically talked about all we can really say about
Yeah.
these sites.
It's just like I don't get it. Why would anyone do this? And why would anyone want to suck out the joy of shiny hunting?
Because people just want the end products a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's and actually, when you were saying that you think that the casuals would be upset about the
They would
Nintendo
not be.
selling-
They wouldn't.
Yeah, they are the ones who would actually probably be the ones.
Yeah, they're
buying
the
it.
people who'd actually do it.
I was going to say that, and I didn't want to interrupt you, but they're more likely to be the ones to do it, and the ones who put in the work to do it would be more likely to throw a fit. I'm not
Honestly-
going to say that like it
Honestly-
would work. It would work probably, sadly.
Honestly, I would just say that casuals are casuals. They're not going to buy this shit because they're not going to go out of their way for a shiny. If it happens, it happens, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like MMO shit where like casuals are more likely to want to do that because of reasons.
Pokemon casuals just buy the game, play for a little bit, put that bitch down.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Play through they'll become the champion once and call it a day.
Maybe. Some don't even finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they
Fam.
complain on the internet that Generation 1 was the best.
I wouldn't
I
say
don't
that.
think that's a if it's a casual, that's not like what they would
It's
do.
boomer casuals.
Yeah,
You don't really see Gen 1ers anymore because it's so old.
It's so old, and I've played through my copy of Blue. It's very slow. You do miss running.
You very much
Yep.
do miss running.
You miss functional games.
Yeah, I will say though, Gen 1's funny. Combat-wise, Gen 1's funny. Like critical
I
hits
think-
being tied to speed is very funny in my opinion.
They had no idea what they were doing. It was like the
No,
first
they didn't.
No,
I mean, wasn't one of the type matchups just not functional?
yeah, poison and bug.
Yeah. Then you have just
Psychic being the best type of the game by far.
yes, they blatantly being the best type of game. And then you have like
Yeah, and the only counter that they had for Psychic was crippled because they gave it the dual typing of poison as well.
Oh,
And
and,
then,
even
like,
then,
the-
fucking ghost
Yeah,
type
then it
moves weren't effective against it.
yeah, it wasn't even coded properly.
Oh, I found the Raichu.
And then
Oh, let's
also
go.
there
You
was
want me to share it or?
I think one of
me.
my favorite bits though is just when Blue like meets you on like the boat and tells you how many Pokemon he's caught. It's physically not possible to have caught more Pokemon than him at that point. Like how many different types of Pokemon he's got, because there's not even that many encounters on the routes up to then.
It's like when he catches he gets those 10 badges in the anime. Like, how the fuck? We went to every single city in this country.
He's a cheater. He's a blatant cheater. God, last week.
I see that as being more than 8 gyms actually in the regions, but you only need 8 to qualify.
Yeah, but we went to literally, physically, every single town and city in this region. Where the fuck did he get those other badges from?
In cities that
bizarre.
that aren't accessible to the player, obviously.
Let's see.
It's like if there was a Pokemon game set in California, and San Francisco was a city, and it was the only city of the entire Bay Area.
No, because Gary, not only did he not get all of the badges that Ash has, he has completely different badges.
Yeah, he has completely
Yeah.
like original badges to the anime.
Where the fuck did these come from?
I need answers. I don't need
Part of
sleep, I need
Kanto we're not
answers.
allowed to go to, obviously. Anyway. So, next up, if we're gonna look at images real quick, apparently they spotted a cool thing off Hokkaido. And I've been saving this until Mina was here, because Mina's gonna like it.
Hi.
Here goes in images.
Images?
Ooh.
It's a
Ah, yes!
serpent whale. Orca.
It is a whale.
No.
Or, no, it's a dolphin.
That's
It-
dolphin? That looks
killer
like an
whale.
orca.
It is an orca. It's an albino orca.
Yes.
And it appears to be an adulthood, which is fucking crazy.
From what I'm reading, they're theorizing that it may have a slightly different condition from albinism because you can still see the pattern.
Yeah, there's some pigment. It might be vitiligo.
Yeah.
The what?
All over its body.
Yeah.
Vitiligo is where it's an autoimmune issue where parts of your skin will not produce pigment.
Hmm.
It's like how cows have their spots. And I don't know if you've seen some people that have like bits of their skin that's like pure white.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's like that.
I think
Here,
I have seen that.
my boss had it.
It's like this was apparently spotted off Hokkaido.
Nice.
Which again is crazy.
But yeah,
It's like that condition that Uncle Ruckus says he has the opposite of, where he gets too much. Yeah, this is vitiligo. It's not painful. It just means that there's an abscess of pigment being produced in these parts of the skin.
Mm.
it's the opposite of a freckle.
Yes.
It's an unfreckle.
It's a negative freckle.
It's a negative freckle.
It's kind of like a white tab if you've seen them, but like bad for humans, unlike white
what?
tabbies. So white tabbies are a form of like tabby. You know, like how you have your
With the
gray
cat.
and orange tabbies.
Oh, Tabby! I thought.
Yeah,
I
you
was
just
saying- I
said
was saying-
tabby, and we're like, what the fuck?
Sorry,
What?
my brain fucking was jumping ahead like 3 steps.
It's okay, don't worry.
But yeah, like if you like look at it, if you look at like tabbies, you have your gray tabbies, your orange tabbies, but sometimes you have white tabbies, which they have like speckles of the tabby pigment, or the tabby like pattern, but they're just white in other places. It's kind of like that, but like less dangerous,
Hmm.
or more dangerous for the human than the
Why is it more dangerous for the human?
because it's not a sickness for the cat.
It's not a sickness either. It just
Oh,
is.
never mind. I thought you said it was an autoimmune disease. I was like,
It's not. It's an autoimmune issue. It's not a disease.
oh, okay. But yeah, no. Like one of my cats, Momo, is a white tabby. He's
Yes.
absolutely fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it can affect your hair too. So that parts of your hair can do white.
Now I gotta take a picture
Um,
because he's sleeping there.
So my boss has this condition, and she as a result, to cover it all up, she dyed her hair blue.
Huh?
But anyway, this orca, the fact that it's in adulthood, really fucking cool. I don't know, very nice.
No, kitty.
Cat.
Typically in the wild, orcas have that black and white coloring, white on their bellies, so that when fish happen to look upwards, they don't see them, because fish can't distinguish the white of the bellies with the white of the sunlight of the ocean.
Oh.
And the black is so when a fish looks down, the darkness of the ocean is camouflaged them in. Those markings, not really meant for anything other than identification. Each marking on each orca is different. So when you have an albino animal like this, like tigers, for instance, where their camouflage just is null and void, typically, those are the ones that we want to take into captivity, not just because they're rare and super pretty, but because they just wouldn't do very well in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to my tigers example, their specific prey cannot see the red that we do.
Yeah.
So tigers look green.
Green.
So their camouflage works extremely well in the jungles of India, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But an albino tiger couldn't do that. Animals would be able to spot them a mile away.
Yeah.
So the fact that this orca doesn't have its shading is really fucking cool. That it's this big.
Yeah, that it's
It
an adult
really-
still alive.
Yeah, and then we know orcas are extremely intelligent. If we gave orca hands, they would probably take over the earth. It also really goes to show how strong their pod is.
Mhm.
If they're willing to take care of this orca who's unable to hunt on its
No,
own.
I like to imagine they're intelligent enough to realize it, and it's entirely likely that this one is the one that's always up top when they're hunting.
Probably.
Because its camouflage would still work from below.
From below, it'd still be fine.
Yeah. So if it's up top, then effectively it's fine.
Let me see.
I imagine
Up top, it
they're
would be completely fine.
yeah. I imagine they're intelligent enough. They just have it. It's always has to do that job whenever they're hunting. And they can have the other members of the pod cover its weakness of being the ones who are down low.
Okay, I found the article. A lifelong whale watcher was shaking in excitement when he spotted a rare white killer whale while swimming in a pod of normal colored orcas. The albino or leucistic orca is part of a small group of just 3 white orcas known to have appeared off of Japan's volcanic island Hokkaido. So there are 3 other orcas with this condition.
Damn.
But the marvel of nature luckily seemed to be accepted by their pod, as they're seen jumping alongside other whales who had the usual coloring. Despite the protection of the other whales, the albino orca was covered in gnarly scars to show its battle wounds from the open ocean. It's not a true albino, it's a genetic trait that means the affected animal produces no melanin at all. True albinos are completely white and have red eyes, given by the red blood vessels in the iris. But instead, it has vaguely wider patches surrounding the orca's chin and eyes, and shows it's leucistic, which means it lacks pigmentation at all. It produces some, just not enough.
Hmm.
Because you can still kind of make out the pattern. Yeah.
Yes. The glaring skies might also suggest leucism, as a scar tissue contains more pigment than the rest of the skin, hence why the wounds are difficult to miss. Let's see. Damn, this guy was so lucky because he spent 15 years looking at an orca, and this is the first white orca he's ever taken a picture of.
Yee. It was really cool.
Yeah, here's a picture of some of the scars on the back of that orca, and it does look like they have more pigment to them. Oh man.
Embed fail left with this user.
Can I please? No, it's all going to be AVIF. Damn it. Oh well, I'm sharing screen. You can see it.
Yeah.
But you can see some of the scarring right here. It does seem to have more pigment than the rest of the orca. And he's getting accused of AI editing this image.
Oh my god.
To
Bruh.
the surprise of absolutely nobody, sadly.
Bruh. AI bros continue to make the world worse for everyone.
Yep.
Yes, there's some of the scars.
Mm.
But I think this is a dolphin, a different dolphin altogether.
An aminal. So I know apparently there was another one that was spotted in like 2010 or something.
Yeah, I believe that's iceberg. He was a male orca who also, I think, had albinism. Or, leucism.
Yeah.
The next thing from the backlog is Mina as a send off to your old workplace. Store's haunted.
The store's haunted.
Wait, what? What? Huh?
Oh, how is it haunted?
Hold on. Slow down a second. What?
Store's haunted.
That's it? No more explanation? No whys?
Hold on, I'm getting the fucking video, Jimmy. Shut up.
Yeah, I seen this when Mina was talking about it in the Mina server, but yeah, store haunted.
Store haunted.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
Let me see.
Ghostbusters.
What?
Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? No.
So apparently they made a Ghostbusters game at some point, and they had the health bar actually be on the proton pack.
Oh yeah,
the,
I played that game. It was so cool.
That was the, I believe the one that was on the Wii.
Yeah,
I think it was the Wii and
was the
something
Wii
else,
one.
but I think that's just the one.
PS2, I believe too. Oh, I don't know.
It was weird platforms that they chose because I believe
There are
the
two
PS3
Ghost
and,
Scout, but-
No, I don't want to do it.
It's
Anytime
technically...
I hear like something was on the Wii, I'm like, are you sure about that?
No, I'm pretty certain it was on the Wii for sure.
Yeah, I know. It's just for some reason anything that says it was on the Wii, I'm just like, but was it though?
But
The Wii was just kind of weird.
I guess you could say it was weird.
Okay, here we go. So here I am, about 2-3 weeks ago. When was this? Oh yeah, April 29th. I am at my store. My coworker's over here, vacuuming,
Mm-hmm.
and I am counting the register.
As you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm pulling money out the register, and this whole thing collapses
Spontaneously.
spontaneously. We are, picking up money. I'm like holding on to that, and my coworker comes running over. We're picking up the money.
We're not tweaking, right? This isn't like.
My hand is here, but it's not on the actual keyboard.
By the way,
It's like standing up. Oh wait, shit!
Yeah, I was about to say.
I forgot. Let's
It's
see, there we go.
okay.
So here I am, right?
Mhm.
Here I am, working the register, and my coworker's over here by the door, vacuuming.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pulling money out the register. Not doing it hard or nothing, and it just collapses beneath, right?
Yeah.
My coworker comes over running. And I'm just trying to hold the fucking register in place as we try to figure out how to fix it. Here, I was just picking up money here.
I'm probably gonna go get a smoothie. Don't mind me.
What you got there? A schmovie.
So my
What you
hand,
got there? A smoothie.
Yeah.
my hand is not touching that keyboard. It is like vertical on the edge of the desk.
Mm-hmm.
But my hand did not touch any of those buttons. There was no reason for that
Aw.
receipt to print out.
That's fucking weird.
Especially because this monitor here is a touchscreen.
Oh.
There is a mouse option over here. But that mouse wasn't even on the print X, which was printed out.
Oh boy.
So we're just looking at this thing like, uh-huh.
Huh. What the hell?
My boss has mentioned that she's seen things move up and down. Back in that corner where my coworker was, there is a gate that we can bring down to lock for when we leave for the night. And she's had that fly open before.
Oh,
Hey,
Store's
holy
haunted.
shit. Yeah, store's haunted.
store's haunted. Goddamn. Spooky,
And
scary
thankfully, I am
skeletons.
out of there.
That reminds me, back when I was 16, me and some friends went to the local sports center to do. You'll remember when there were like these people that would just go around and oh fuck, I'm trying to remember the word. And just like try to talk with ghosts.
You mean like with Ouija boards and shit?
No, like phones.
Say that one more time.
Like they would try and
Phasmophobia.
basically like
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia, but like cheap mode. What? Oh well, guys, I'll have to tell you the story later. I have to go take a shower.
Oh, someone redeemed Stinky?
Ryu redeemed Stinky.
Damn.
He can smell you from here? Goddamn.
Well, y'all can.
That means
continue
something.
without
Holy
us.
shit.
Go take a shower, dude.
I already did this morning. Jesus.
Yeah, but apparently not long enough.
Anyways, store's haunted.
Store's haunted.
Story's haunted.
Anyway, Mina,
Yes.
axolotl.
Also, Ryu, you coward, getting called.
Ah, yes. Endangered axolotl.
Horngate.
But yeah, really quickly, TLDR, we tried doing that, and one of my friends claimed that he did hear something a couple of those times, which was kind of funny.
Okay.
But yeah, that's about it.
So in the wild, the axolotl is actually critically endangered because they are so... What's the word? They're very delicate creatures.
Yes.
You know, amphibians and all that.
Mm-hmm.
The wild axolotl, an aquatic salamander with feathery gills and a soft smile, faces extinction. Fortunately for both axolotls and their fans, a new conservation method shows promise.
Let's go.
In captivity, axolotls abound as household pets and research subjects. But wild axolotls endemic to a single lake in Mexico are critically endangered due to the degradation of their wetlands. There are only about 50 to 1,000 individuals left.
Whoa.
Damn.
Introducing captive bred axolotls restored and artificial wetlands may be promising, according to a report in April 30th. It's really, really exciting, says Alejandra Ramos, an ecologist at the Universidad Autónoma de Baja California in Ensenada, Mexico. That captive bred axolotls can actually survive in the wild is very important for conservation, because normally when you have a captive animal, they don't have survival instincts. They don't know what to do because they're so used to everything being hand and foot.
Yeah.
Ramos and her team identified 2 suitable habitats for the experiment, both in southern Mexico City, a restored canal called La Achinampa, in axolotl's native Lake Xochimilco, a spring-fed pond and an artificial wetland. They released 18 captive-bred axolotls, 10 into the Chinampa and 8 into the wetland. In about 40 days, they tracked them every couple of hours, making sure they're still alive, you know.
Yeah.
All of them survived.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
3 axolotls were recaptured and found to have gained weight,
Ooh.
which means there's plenty for them to eat, and they know how to hunt.
They got fat.
If they had been skinny or ill, that would have been really, really bad.
Yeah.
Because it means they don't know how to feed themselves, and there's not enough food for them to easily catch it. But these axolotls not only survived in their new environment, they thrived.
Let's fucking go.
Which means we can breed them in captivity, because, you know, keeping eggs in the wild is fucking horrendous. Anything can happen to them. But if we can hatch them in captivity and release them once they're adults and can survive on their own and breed on their own, we get more axolotls.
Let's go.
Hell yeah!
Let's go.
We really are just Minecrafting this shit.
Yeah, that's just conservation. All it is Minecrafting
no,
this shit if it's applicable.
We're Laprasing this shit.
Also,
Yeah, we're
the
Laprasing this shit.
I forgot about the Lapras thing too. I find that so adorable.
The monitoring data revealed that the amphibians traveled early on, probably exploring the area before settling into haunting and hiding spots. The level of activity also peaked within a narrow temperature range about 16 degrees Celsius.
Water should be
Notably,
I'll be right back.
the wetland was slightly cooler than the resort Chinampa, so it suggests that the axolotls like to hunt during cooler temperatures. Reintroduction is only Plan B, says ecologist Luis Zambrano of La Universidad Nacional Autónoma de Mexico in Mexico City. The team's first goal is to improve the habitat conditions first, already of the axolotls who are already in the wild. Researchers are currently working on multiplying the number of chinampas in the lake, which is expensive and complex. But if we can't do that, if we cannot get the current population to grow on its own, we will reintroduce new axolotls. But now we know that we at least have something else to avoid complete extinction of the axolotl.
Oh yeah. Next up from the backlog, Sean Diddy Combs.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
Diddy
God.
Combs has begun. The trial has begun. So he rejected a plea deal where if he would plead guilty, he would receive a lighter sentence. This man is either so arrogant or so confident, which is terrifying. Because
Yeah,
we're talking
This
about
is
Diddy.
which guy is this guy again?
P. Diddy, he's the one who we have video footage of him beating a woman in a hotel in nothing but a towel. She has just finished testifying at the time of this recording.
And he was also the guy with those weird parties, right?
Yes, he's the one with the baby
Yeah.
oil.
Oh god. Yeah, it's a disgusting motherfucker to say the least. Okay.
Yes.
That's not the only accusation against him, but
That is not the
good.
only, but it's the most famous at the moment.
Yeah, it's the one that we have the most evidence for. Correct.
Yes, so Cassie Ventura has just finished her testimony. She is supported by her husband, who I saw a report. What is it? He was applauded for supporting his wife through such a difficult time, and his response was, I don't want to take any of the credit because all of what happened today for the last 4 days, because she did testify for 4 days, was on her strength. I'm just
fair.
here to support. But everything that happened here today, from her stepping forward to her testifying in court, is her strength. And I really admire that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's take an update on the Sean Combs trial. Currently, we have the defense trying to prove her that as an uncredible witness, but like I said, we literally have video of her running out of a hotel room in Los Angeles, him chasing her down in a bath towel and beating the shit out of her. This video is old though, like very old, So why the fuck was it hidden so long?
Good question.
Money.
Probably corruption, as always.
Exactly. Yeah, money.
Her main accusation at the moment is that Combs assaulted her in September of 2018.
18.
Okay.
But it sounds like it sounds like the prosecution is just like, you never directly accused him before, right? And it's like, who says that?
People who want to try and discredit her.
Well, yeah, that's their job.
Yeah, I know, and that's I'm just saying it bluntly.
So currently, as of May 13th, 2025, the sex trafficking trial is as follows. Cassie Ventura, Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend, took the stand as the star witness. She detailed in explicit events that I'm not going to name here, because this is just a little dumb podcast in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah.
that she would happen to participate in freak-offs that Combs arranged and requested she participated in. For those who don't know, the freak-offs are just depraved. It's actually theorized that all of that baby oil that was taken by Diddy Combs, or from Diddy Combs, was laced with drugs. Because Diddy goes on record, completely of his own volition, saying that the best way to have people enjoy themselves at a party is to have the alcohol running constantly and the heat turned up real hard so that people are sweating and the alcohol hits them harder. And if he has the freak-offs running in the back room with the baby oil, and the baby oil is laced with drugs, and everybody's sweating because it's super hot at the party, and everyone's drunk, the baby oil, the drugs in the baby oil is going to get into their system a lot faster. Combs faces 5 criminal counts, 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. He has... I don't know how to pronounce that word, but he has denied the allegations heavily. The prosecution and defense delivered their opening statements the other day. Prosecutors alleged that Combs used his fame and power to run a criminal enterprise that facilitated his freak-offs, drug-fueled orgies involving paid sex workers. The defense admitted that Combs was jealous and occasionally violent.
Here.
Everyone's
But insisted
here.
all of the alleged
Oh, we got everyone.
victims participated willingly. Oh, okay. The jury was shown the security video showing Combs assaulting Cassie Ventura in a Los Angeles hotel in 2016, almost 10 years ago. And that video came out last year.
I'm so sorry. I only came because I got an ad right when you brought up the freak-offs. The moment you said freak-offs, I got an ad for Monopoly Go, and it was like, "Who's ready, tycoons?" And I was like, "Excuse me?"
It's so
No,
fucking good.
I'm not ready for a freak-off. Leave me alone. It was crazy timing. I was off the tab too, so I didn't know it was an ad. I was just like, "Excuse me, what? Huh? What happened?" It was
And it's like-
so fun.
The fact that the defense is just like, yes, he's occasionally violent. It's, bitch, he blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Wheel.
And then the whole
He
night
blew up
thing.
someone's car for talking to Cassie Ventura, the ex-girlfriend.
The fuck?
Clearly a reasonable response.
But yeah, this guy is so adamant that he didn't do anything. Even though we can see he did something at least. With our own 2 eyes. that we as humans with brains that have been growing and learning for many, many fucking years can see and interpret all the exact same way. It's fuck that guy, you know?
Yeah.
What
and
did
not
I
the
miss?
way he wants to.
Oh, hi, Gumi. Hold on. There you go. There's your corner. Everyone's here.
Hello, I just came to share my insane ad read that I got.
Every time I close my eyes.
It was, you weren't here, but I got an ad
right
right when
there,
Mina
Diddy.
brought up freak offs.
Mhm.
And the moment she said freak offs, I got an ad for Monopoly Go being like, "Who's ready, tycoons?" I was like, "No, please.
Oh God.
I'm not ready for
Well-
the freak off. Please."
The freak off?
Please, but
Yeah, we're talking about the Diddy trial right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Because
Again, guess what happened? I had to go take a shower.
Wow, crazy. Who would have done that? Whoever did that probably only thought that they were being called stinky and not that they actually had to go take a shower, and I probably should have read that more thoroughly. But whoever
Me
did
when
that,
I first did it.
No
crazy.
one. I find it very funny. Yeah, no, that's literally what he does. I have to go take a shower.
I'm going to abuse that. Joke.
You can only use it once per stream.
Damn.
I did that on purpose, so I don't, ruin my family through the cost of water.
let's see.
All
But
right.
yeah, we were talking
Back
about
to the distortion world for me. Goodbye.
goodbye.
Oh, there it goes. Alright, time to remove the icon again.
But yeah, so yeah, Diddy, blow up a man's car, beat a woman in a hotel room, and expects us to believe he didn't. Pled not guilty, did not want to take a plea deal for a lesser sentence, which I'm surprised was offered to him. But now he faces, I believe, what is the sentence for Diddy right now? What charges does he face? It doesn't say.
God damn it.
Oh, yeah. Here it is. If convicting on the racketeering charge, Combs could face life in prison for... So, life.
Mm-hmm.
While the statutory minimum sentence for sex trafficking is 15 years. Which, for context, racketeering is the participation in an illegal scheme under the Racketeer Influenced or Corrupt Organization Statute, or RICO. So, if you make money and you pay for criminal activity, that's RICO.
Yep.
So if you own a business and give money to a criminal organization, you get life. But you sex traffic people, that's 15 years minimum, baby. And transportation to engage in prostitution is a maximum of 10 years.
Bruh.
Either way, my guy faces life in prison.
Good.
Deserved.
Yeah,
Deserved.
absolutely.
Definitely deserved. He's a danger to the public.
Him and other lot of people, but we we'll have to deal with those eventually. Hopefully.
We just gotta see who's on the tapes.
Yep.
But, yeah.
Fuck you, Diddy Kong.
Wrong Diddy.
I know.
While
I
we're
was
on the
doing a
topic
joke.
of famous people doing things, the Kendrick Lamar and Drake 1 year ago.
Donkey,
Yes. So that was actually the day that I posted that. I wasn't able to talk about it. I was hoping one of you guys did. May 4th was the day that Kendrick Lamar killed Drake.
Mm-hmm.
That was the day that Not Like Us was released. And the night before was the day that Meet the Grams was released.
Ooh.
I don't know if you remember me talking about Meet the Grams. I don't know what you remember of me talking about Meet the Grams. But that song's fucking scary, dude.
It is.
From what you told us, it was fucking scary, yeah.
It was basically a murder.
It was a murder.
It was a murder.
Kendrick Lamar.
And ever since then, Drake has launched into... In his
Infinite
Family
Wisdom.
Matters song and in the fart part shit, he keeps talking about how it's not going to affect his career. He doesn't care what Kendrick has to say because he's bigger than that anyway. All types of shit like that. Since then, Drake has released Wagwan Delilah, a terrible song
Uh-huh.
that didn't need to exist. It's basically the Jamaican Canadian version of Hey There Delilah, and it's incomprehensible.
Yep.
I could slam a keyboard right now and that would make more sense than Wagwan Delilah. He has
And Eat a Dream Barbecue makes more sense than Wagwan Delilah. And that's an intentionally fucking surreal game.
That I had the pleasure to start editing for, Amy.
Thank you.
let's see, Wagwan Delilah. I'm gonna play a little bit of in the background. I need you guys to you can just ignore me and I'll just keep talking at you.
I've heard it, so I'm gonna ignore it.
Yeah, that's fine. But I need you guys to understand what the fuck is happening here.
I don't think I can
he's
personally
lost-
listen to it because, you know.
Yeah, fair. If they copyright this song, that'd be so fucking funny.
So that's why I'm not trying.
Like in Toronto City, I'm 2,000 kilometers away. Like, this sounds like a shitpost.
Sounds like a YouTube poop.
Hold on, I'll put this fucking link for Jimmy to take a look at it later. It's just a shitpost of a song, and this is what he did after he got the shit beat out of him?
Damn.
You talking about traffic in this song? There's one part. No, sorry. Ryu and I reacted to this song. If Ryu wants to pop back in real quick to like scream about this song with me, I appreciate it. Anyway, so he lost all credibility as a battle rapper as well, because immediately after he lost the Kendrick Lamar battle, there he is.
Oh boy. Alright, hold on. There he is.
Ryu.
Welcome back, Ryu.
I heard my name. I was called.
Summoned.
Who there
I
summoned...
came back for Guan Delilah.
We drew a pentagram on the floor and a weird gooey mass appeared.
The Boomster is back.
Who the
That's
fuck
very
adds
funny
this
you
part to
said
the
that.
song?
Okay, this song is gotta be. I haven't brought this up before, but I think this is very fair for the topic on hand.
Go for it.
I am a big fan of Plain White Tees. As a kid, that was probably one of the first bands I actively like listened to and knew about them. Love Hey There Delilah. Probably my favorite song. I performed at a talent show.
You did?
You know,
That's
I learned
cool as
guitar
fuck.
because of it. Yeah, this song is a big part of my life. So when Guan Delilah popped up, it was like getting shot in the back of the head and surviving. Like it was.
Oh my
It was
fucking God.
so detrimentally bad that any person who talked about it was objectively probably the
Talking
smartest
shit.
person on Earth because it was that dumb of a song. No matter who talked about it, they were immediately somehow the smartest person in the room.
That means
This
something.
song. This song is so bad that I can't remember who talked about it, but they ended up just. It was a creator who was on Twitch and was like actively following the beef, actively following, like talking about it so much, and he, while listening to the first like 5 minutes of the song, it was a 9-hour stream. He cut the stream.
Oh my god.
He cut the stream. He did not stream for like a full week. He posted on TikTok and stuff, because he wanted to keep up with the drama, but he could not stream. He was so actively like did not want to participate in the drama after that.
The secondhand embarrassment listening to this song and this guy's little fucking.
Oh,
Jesus.
I don't
God,
think I'm
I'm
going to be
listening to
able.
this
I don't
song
think
and
I'm
my
going to be
brain
able to listen to
melts.
something if it's secondhand embarrassment because that is my biggest weakness. I fucking hate
Yeah,
feeling
it's-
secondhand embarrassment.
It's also my biggest weakness, but this is just funny as fuck.
My brain is melting when I listen to this.
And last thing I'll say, Plain White Tees have responded to this song when
Oh,
it
did
released. They did respond. And if I'm not mistaken, they were like, this is a whole different song. Like this is so bad, this can't be our song.
That's not our song.
Yeah.
That's not our baby.
Like
They were like, if we were to sue for copyright, we would admit that it's our song, and we don't
don't
want
even wanna
that.
do that.
We don't want.
yeah.
We had to stay away from this song, bro. What else?
With this fucking, what's the word, Dracofish ass trills in the middle of the song. Because it does just sound like Dracofish's Japanese dub.
It makes my brain hurt, please.
Who the fuck does that? I think
I
the
don't
funniest
know.
part is that part. The fact that they mentioned Kai Cenat in the song.
They mentioned him?
He's right there.
Yes.
Bruh.
Oh my god. Nah.
Absolute
Nah,
fucking
man,
insanity.
nah.
It's insane. I'm going insane. I'm going fucking insane. Me when I get you. Me when I fucking get you moment. Jesus fucking Christ.
It starts with Wagwan Delilah. I'm gonna skip to the ending real quick.
Oh
And
yeah,
we
please do the ending for everybody.
Like, we start with
Okay.
Wagwan Delilah, then we move on to Wagwan Sabrina. Who the fuck is Sabrina?
What is happening?
He's asking her for fucking money too, dude.
Broke ass Canadian boy.
And that's how the fucking song ends.
My fucking god.
So he did that immediately after Not Like Us dropped. Not immediately after, but like, that was his first major release after everything. He talked shit on LeBron James, accused him of being what was it?
Their
Unloyal
favorite.
to his wife.
I've sent
because-
you the reaction of the Plain White Tees reacting to Kwangwon Delilah. And his face is just like, oh my God. He's trying to be so chill about it, but he's like, yeah, whatever. There's no way this is real. But
It's just. It's
It just looks like he doesn't want to be here.
I don't want to hear.
So, yeah.
I don't want to be here no more.
He lost all credibility as a battle rapper. He's trying to sue the record label to get the contract of Kendrick Lamar. He's not supposed to have the contract of Kendrick Lamar.
So he's being
also
a cringe baby.
Suing.
He's just been a cringe baby all year, ever since he lost.
also been suing them for like trying to get them to be like, hey, you release this.
He's
You
like,
could've
we
Yeah.
released
not
our
done
music
that."
too. What
he's
the fuck
suing
is up?
that they were playing sides when Kendrick was doing
Not-
stuff, but it's not that they were playing sides. His music was just better. That's it.
Straight up.
They're
But
promoting
I
good
think-
music.
the idea
Yeah, I've
is more
talked about
that
it
like
before. I'm trying not to
oh,
go too much over the stuff that I've talked about before
I
on this podcast.
I'm just trying to be like, it's just like I just think that it's like he does have somewhat of a point, but not enough
He does
for me
not.
to be like.
He does not.
But it's not okay. Here, I'm not trying to take his side. I'm trying to say that like, if it were anybody else but Drake, I think people would at least agree, at least on one point, in that they could have at least been like they could have done something to be like, hey, this is just the artists, not us. That's really all I'm saying.
What the fuck else could they do? They released both songs. They just released minutes within each other.
Yeah.
There was no time for PR. And honestly, Kendrick is just the better artist. The Family Matters got its views for all of 30 minutes.
Damn.
The 30 minutes that it was released before Meet the Grams dropped. And then Meet the Grams was the top because that was like, oh shit. And Kendrick scared the bejesus out of everybody. Then he released Not Like Us the very next fucking day.
God damn. So he just went. All right.
He back-to-back Drake, who is known for back-to-backing other people in his in prior beefs.
So he just
There
pulled
was
another
literally
one.
no time for Family Matters to get as popular as Not Like Us. It was just a banger as soon as it dropped. As soon as you hear, "Psst, I see dead people,"
Oh yeah.
you know that shit's gonna go off.
The beat don't go off. Oh shit, the beat do go off.
And then Family Matters just wasn't that great a song.
Yep.
In terms of like lyricism and as a battle, that shit ate ass.
Damn.
How the fuck you gonna mention 13 other motherfuckers in the song trying to focus on the one guy who's won a Pulitzer Prize?
Yep.
Drake's dunked the basketball. That was his argument. That's all he's done.
That is
Damn.
literally all he's done.
Damn.
And now Drake has just kind of sunk his entire career in the past year.
Yeah.
So that's that anniversary.
My favorite was his concerts after everything.
Oh, the June
and he was
Chains concert?
Yeah. Where just every concert is him talking for like 20 minutes and then singing and then talking for another like 50 minutes. And him being actively booed consistently.
Damn. Cringe.
What, Drake's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
Drake.
he had a fucking tour that nobody went to because it was in Australia. It was during the Super Bowl. The name of that tour was Anita Max Win. Because of course he fucking does.
Anita Max win. I'll give him that. I love that meme. That is the only thing I'll give him.
So yeah, that's how that's gone.
Mama.
Happy birthday, Not Like Us.
Happy birthday. That man
Not like
is. Didn't also Drake turn like hella right wing? Or am I imagining things?
Yeah, he's right wing grifting now.
Oh,
But it's not
okay.
like he was ever left wing grifting either.
Yeah.
Anytime anything political happened, he kept his mouth fucking shut.
Then
Didn't
there's
say
Kanye,
shit.
which is just insane.
He never spoke about black issues because, quite frankly, he's never had to experience black issues.
Yeah.
No.
My guy was on Degrassi as a teenager,
Yep.
Ugh,
and he's never mentally grown past that.
Ain't
don't
that
get
the
me
fucking
started on
truth?
that.
Let's see, what else is there? Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar has many successful shows. I believe he and SZA are currently on tour. They did the Super Bowl. He's released his album GNX, which is an absolute bop. And I believe it's not Gloria, it's Luther, has been top on the charts for a hot minute. For good reason. It's beautiful. Very pretty song.
Cool. It's nice to hear those kinds of things that are good.
Yeah.
Again, my full extent of like rapping is like Snoop Dogg, Eminem. That's it. Maybe 50 Cent.
Let's see what else is there.
So,
Oh god, 50 Cent is so fucking funny, dude.
I listen to, I listen. Oh, I can't believe I'm about to fucking say this. I listen to Death Grips.
Damn.
what?
Death Grips.
Death Grips.
What?
Highly abrasive hip hop
Oh,
in terms of sound.
okay. I was confused. As you can tell, I was very confused because I did not know what you guys were talking about when it came to that.
It's okay. It's think of like heavy metal music, but for rap.
Exactly. I think that's why I like it.
Fair enough. You do like your heavy metal.
Yeah.
Dude, I was listening to Sonic music, and when Shadow's I Am All of Me came on at work, because I play Sonic music when I'm at work, my coworkers just look at me like I'm wild. It's not that bad. It's very tame. I assure you.
Damn. So, what's next in the idea box?
Next up,
Unless there
we're
was something
going
else you
to-
guys wanted to talk about. From all this, before moving on, sorry.
No,
Okay.
that's really
All these.
Next up, we're gonna take a detour to mention the world's stupidest elected leader. Is once again saying stupid shit.
Yep.
The world's greatest businessman, according to himself.
Yeah, because no one else could agree with him unless they got paid.
You lost money on a casino. How the fuck you do
I'm
that?
pretty sure he
The
bankrupt-
house always wins.
I'm pretty sure he
Unless-
bankrupt
unless he's
multiple
the
house.
casinos.
Yes, he's
He is the
bankrupted
house.
multiple casinos that he owns.
He still owns them?
Well, he owned them. I don't know if he still does because they went out of business probably. Anyway, so he went on either Twitter or his off-brand Twitter. I'm not sure which one. I don't care.
Doesn't
Well,
matter.
probably on the toilet, and he went off on a rant at Walmart. Ranting at Walmart. For Walmart, Walmart should stop trying to blame tariffs as the reason for raising prices throughout the chain. Walmart made billions of dollars last year, far more than expected. Between Walmart and China, they should, as I said, eat the tariffs and not charge valued customers anything. I'll be watching, and so will your customers.
Wow. The store off mitigating costs on the consumer? Just as we said it would? Who would have thought?
Well, no, he's saying they should do that. And he's upset they aren't doing that. He's
Yeah.
upset that Walmart doesn't want to just eat a 145% tariff.
Damn.
It's just the damn. We went from tariffs won't raise prices to companies should just eat the tariffs real quick, didn't we?
Yep.
Like, bro.
My guy
Again,
tried to
what
buy
the fuck?
something from Walmart and saw that it was more expensive than last time.
Let's be real. He doesn't go shopping at Walmart.
He
No.
probably sends people to buy stuff for him at Walmart and bring him the receipts. Because that's what rich people do. My mama does that for rich people.
Neat.
Eh. My guy, this guy, is so fucking stupid.
This motherfucker. So dumb.
Anyway,
He just doesn't like trade.
He doesn't know how.
No, he does not like trade. There was
Nope, he
something
doesn't.
that he wrote on one of his speeches one time before it happened, saying, "Trade bad," literally.
Yeah.
And we have the photo evidence of it.
Damn.
We have an update to a story from last week. So last week I mentioned that basically, presumably Doge had directed the Office of Personnel Management to basically just give someone a contract for a new HR system for the federal government instead of like doing a proper contract bid system. Oh yeah, they quietly backed out of that and are gonna do something like how they're supposed to,
Wow. Shocking.
presumably, or they're just not gonna get a new one. Who knows?
Back.
I'm gonna say they're not getting a new one.
Yeah, probably not. In other news, we have the governor of California has made the news. He has written up a draft ordinance for cities in California to use, if they would so kindly, functionally banning homeless encampments.
Aye.
Sorry, what now?
The governor of California is basically asking cities to ban homeless encampments.
Like, yes, that is absolutely an option they have. Totally. Also, my giraffe rig just evolved.
Let's go
Oh, yeah.
for Rigarail. Funny giraffe.
Well, yeah, California, which famously has a problem with a lot of homeless people,
Because
they,
it's expensive to buy houses here.
because I'd like to point out there are parts of California where a six-figure salary is not enough to afford a house.
The hell.
I'm sorry. You what?
A six-figure salary in parts of California is not enough to afford a house on a single income.
GG, Hannah.
And people wonder why California has problems with homelessness.
Bro, what the
And by
hell?
people, I mean Fox News.
There's a couple of people that I signed up boxes for where they were living at the local homeless shelters. Their like residence was technically listed on their automobile insurance,
Mm-hmm.
on their vehicle registration. That's what it's called. And they would want to get their mail at my store because that's just the safest place they could get it.
But yeah, they've been trying to deal with homeless for a while. I guess they've said, "Fuck it, we'll just push them out of sight again. Go back to that," because
It's just because the Olympics is coming up too.
that's what it is. Of course, that's what would cause it to happen. Is I didn't even realize that was coming up, but of course that'd be it. It's like how in Brazil they put up all the walls to hide the view of all the favelas.
Yep. Olympics is coming to my town. Not my town, but close to it.
Oh, because LA is hosting it, right?
Yep.
Fucking hell.
Yep.
Bro. Just try and make the cities just build more housing.
We can't just build more houses. They're too expensive to own.
The make
It's funny
housing
because
more
And all of the-
affordable.
Norway has figured this out. Why can't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, they just built homes for all the people and then
Exactly.
gave them to the people, and then there weren't any
Because
homeless.
the place I'm working at now is for low income apartments. Still got to make at least 1,800 a month to afford rent. And my job,
Over
at that
$1,000 a month is considered low rent in California.
yes. And that is including the fact that my buildings, both of the buildings I will be working in, offers food. It offers food. We have a food bank that I will be in charge of. That's my job. To make sure that people don't go hungry in our complexes.
Based.
Because all of their money is going inevitably going to be spent on rent. At least they'll still have something at the food pantry that I will be running, to have food for their kids or their families, whatever it needs to be.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's California's got a huge cost of living problem.
Yep.
It's terrible.
That and like all of the fun stuff that we used to have is being replaced with complex condos and complexes that are way too expensive to live in. So nobody can even go in.
My fucking god.
Jesus.
It's
The ice skating rink that used to be here was replaced with apartments that are a good 2,500 a month.
Jesus Christ.
it's like I as part of the thing I've been volunteering with at the studio, been going around to locations. Some of these have been like apartment complexes, and like the person I'm doing it with is like been looking up some of them. Was like, wow, this one you can buy an apartment, and it's only $900,000. I'm like, damn, in this part of the country, that's pretty good.
Oh my god.
Hold on. Wait a.
Looking at
That's
houses
awesome.
on the East Coast, my house is a duplex, technically. My house is a duplex, easily worth $649,000.
Uh-huh.
For
On
the
the East
unit or
Coast.
the whole building?
It's not. How do I explain? It's like its own house.
Yeah.
But it's attached to our neighbor.
Okay, so okay.
Yeah.
So your unit in the wider building.
Yes.
Okay.
$649,000. Over $500,000.
I am in
On the East Coast, I found my dream home in New York State.
Uh-huh.
149,000.
Oh my god, this is such a big
And it's not a duplex.
my home. I am admittedly in a single family home where I am, but it's an old thing built in like I don't fucking know when it was built. But the house next to me is literally where my mother grew up. Okay, my grandfather still
Okay.
lives there, so that's how old it is. Okay, this neighborhood. It's in a part of the city that, due to the way the boundaries are drawn, is basically forgotten by the government.
Mm-hmm.
It is underneath the flight path for the San Jose airport. It is just blah 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 blah, and it's not very big. It's a small little thing. Horribleness. The house like behind next door to us recently sold for like 1.3 million. Admittedly, that one is a little bit bigger than ours, but still
It's still have roughly the same amount.
obscene. It's completely ridiculous.
I will never own a house in my lifetime until my parents die.
It's if I want to buy a home in this state, my options are basically go to bumfuck nowhere, California, and bumfuck nowhere, California is still a city of almost 1 million people.
And it's still hot as shit. That is
Yeah.
the reason those homes are so cheap. It's because it's hot as shit over
Yeah,
there.
you have to go to like the Central Valley where it's like, oh yeah, our summer high is like nearly 120.
Bakersfield. Average
Yeah.
Bakersfield moment.
It's called Bakersfield for a reason because they're baking the field.
And everyone in it.
Yep.
Jesus.
The price of your home is offset by the price of your air conditioning.
Jesus.
The lower the cost of the home,
Especially since
the less likely it is to have AC.
Oh yeah, especially since also California is rolling back a lot of the ways you can like save a lot of money on like if you have solar. They're rolling back a lot of those rules.
Yeah, because of Brump.
You can say
Not
Trump.
No, it's not even because of him. It's because all of the utility companies are claiming that people who have put solar on their homes are somehow meaning that they're having to raise prices on everyone else.
Somehow.
They're like, oh, because they're not contributing as much to maintaining the infrastructure. Yeah, because not using as much which means you haven't had to upgrade your infrastructure in like 20 years, despite the population like tripling in some of these areas.
Wouldn't that be a good thing?
Because yeah, It's one of the major power companies has had to jack up their prices because they got sued into the dirt for sparking several large wildfires because they haven't been maintaining their infrastructure. Anyway,
Bye, Ryu.
Don't buy Ryu.
moving on, we are going back to the federal government and their war on immigrants. And as part of the war on immigration, they have fast-tracked refugee status for white South Africans.
Yep.
Technically, if they get rid of naturalization, I'm no longer a citizen.
Uh,
Oh no.
Because so basically, context for this is Elon Musk believes that the South African government is committing a genocide against white people in South Africa.
It's not against
Not the
white
other
people
way
in South
around.
Africa. It's against albino Africans because of a long-held superstition.
No, it's against white South Africans is what he's claiming. He's claiming it's white people is what Elon Musk is claiming because Mr. White
He's-
South African Elon Musk.
Because he's a Nazi.
Yes.
He's everything. Which is bad.
And because South Africa is trying to change the fact that like almost all the land is still owned by white people, and like they're saying like if you're like not using it for anything, they're gonna like take it and redistribute it to all like the actual people who live here and want to do things with it.
Could be, yeah.
So as part of this, like apparently some white people from South Africa were like trying to apply as refugees to America, and Trump's like fast tracked their applications while freezing basically all other applications for refugee
Yeah, because
status.
they're white.
My God.
Anyway, next up,
You're allowed in the country as
Mexico.
long as you're white.
Mexico is suing Google.
As they should.
Mexico is suing Google over Google Maps labeling the Gulf of Mexico Gulf of America.
Just still ridiculous.
Which is dumb as shit.
It's so childish, even. Like,
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Mexico's suing Google over that, and it's like, ha, funny, let's go, Mexico W.
It's like literally no one told them to do this. They did this on their own accord.
They did this to suck up to Trump, and Google's like, and Mexico's like, nuh-uh, fuck you.
You still have the rest of the world to worry about.
Yeah.
I think it's specifically Mexico's like, it's not that just that they changed the labels. No, it's specifically if you're from an American IP address or whatever. But it's Mexico's basically saying, yeah, fine, if you want to do that within American territorial waters, fine, but you don't get to change the part that's in our territorial waters. God damn it! Anyway, in other news, Doge has proposed unifying all federal data into one massive database.
Oh,
That is
so
That sounds like a
no.
terrible
that is-
idea.
So bad.
I like how everyone at the same time bounded to just say no.
That's because we
I
all have
was-
living, breathing brains.
I'll be honest, I was expecting to have to explain this as the guy who studied IT, but then everyone's like, nah, no, oh no, fuck.
That just sounds like a horrible idea.
We
You
all
have-
understand like the ramifications of having all of your junk saved on one spot.
Yeah, that's like, especially with all the data hacks that have been going on recently,
Yeah,
and the scare
exactly.
on the Steam one.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to hack the federal database, and so long as it's split up, they can only, even if they get into one, they'll get into one bit of the database instead of,
That makes
although
it harder.
we found a weakness in like the 3-person staff at the Forest Service, and now we've gotten into the database where they keep the plans for the F-35.
But if it's in one single thing, bam, you just have to act with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got literally the treasure. You've got the Pandora's box.
Next, they're gonna store it all in one really big tower where the individual projects are stored on a single disk that can fit in a backpack and be carried out by a person.
Woo! Let's fucking
I would
Anyway.
be surprised if this fucking.
Anyway, and one of them's gonna be labeled Death Star plans.
You know what else I need to add to my soundboard? I need to add.
That's the plot of Rogue One. Is the Empire stores all its data in one big tower, and they just walk in and steal a hard drive.
Fair, I am.
You know, now the longer that this goes on, the more I realize that I need to add that sound clip from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared.
Oh, which one?
We live in a fucking nightmare!
Another thing is, I saw a statistic. Apparently, in his first 100 days in office, how many laws, actual laws, do you think Donald Trump signed into law?
None.
None.
It was more than 0.
3.
3.
I'm pretty sure it was 5.
Also,
Nearly there.
also, I love the fact that I both
He just
went
keeps
with.
making executive orders. Like,
Yeah, he's ruling by executive order because Congress can't fucking do anything.
But I just wanted to
Is
say.
it-
didn't they explicitly tell? Was it Biden or? It was either Biden or Obama that they can't just do whatever the fuck they want with the executive order.
Yeah.
That is like a
It was both.
specific thing that they told them not to do.
Yeah, in other news though, Trump did something really weird
Again?
in that it's actually arguably a good thing.
A broken clock's right twice.
He has signed an executive order aiming to lower the price of prescription drugs.
Oh.
Because he realized he needs them now.
This is
He told an allegory of like this friend of his who got the fat shot, quote unquote. It was like it's like thousands over here, but he went to, and it was only like a couple dollars.
so basically ordering a bunch of the big pharma companies to lower their prices, or they'll be price fixed to like what it is overseas or something or whatever. However, I'd like to point something out. He signed this executive order before. This is almost like verbatim, the same order he signed at the end of his first term in office, which got blocked by the courts. Which is why, the same day the order was signed, the big pharma stocks dropped through the floor and then rebounded almost to exactly where they were before. Because all the investors initially panicked. They're like, oh, wait a minute. This is just going to get blocked by the courts. Nothing's going to happen. Which led some to theorize that this is a ploy by him, or the people who are ordering him what to do, to drum up positive headlines and then blame the judiciary for denying Americans cheap medicine, especially since, you know, the budget plan that they're working through the House is gutting Medicaid and Medicare.
Yep.
So it's basically the theory is they're drumming up positive headlines, gonna blame the courts for the Americans not having good medicine, so he can continue to go after the courts, and so on and so forth.
Did he forget he put most of those judges in power?
Only when it's convenient to him. In other news, Trump and China have agreed to a 90-day truce on the tariffs to negotiate, whatever nonsense they're working on. But, you know, we'll see how that works out. Especially since then he started ranting on about the Walmart not eating the tariffs. Anyway. In other news.
Yeah, he didn't have China.
AI bros in shambles.
Good.
Oh.
The U.S. Copyright Office has concluded a 1-year-long investigation and debate to put out their rules on related to is using copyrighted material in the training data for AI fair use.
And
They
let
put
me
out an
guess,
official
no.
ruling. The answer is it depends.
Yeah, okay, fair.
If the AI is to be used for research and analytical purposes, it is allowed. However, if it is generative AI, it is not allowed.
Oh,
Let's fucking go.
Let's
Because they're not
finally.
transforming the work at all.
No, yeah. So it's specifically the AI generated art that is copyright infringement. However, your research analytical AI that's skimming through pattern recognition and whatever, you are allowed to train that on copyrighted material as fair use.
Yeah, because you're using it for a purpose.
Now let's hope that they don't actually create a loophole where, you know, AI bros start counting generative AI as for research purposes. That would suck ass, wouldn't it?
Well, no, it's probably just going to be they're not going to have any enforcement because Doge is going to fire all the enforcers.
Yeah, that's true too. Because fucking a bunch of crypto people got fucking pardoned, got fucking all this.
Can I just say it's? Can I just say something really quickly about AI?
We're in a boring
shit?
dystopia. Sorry, what?
Can I say something really quickly about AI that I find really funny because I explore the lands known as Twitter.com.
Yeah.
The fact that the AI child of the muskrat has
Grok.
been turning into a left-winger.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, no, a lot of people.
I feel like it's less Grok's becoming left wing. It's more Elon's getting so far right that everyth's to the left of him.
It's
That
like
too.
he's been put over
Created
a
his
lot of things.
greatest enemy.
There was an image. I don't know exactly what kind of image it was, and one of these like weirdos, like it was drawing, and then someone, a fucking weirdo, wanted to make it about colonialism and asked Grok to generate an image about it, and he just flat out responded, "I'm sorry, I can't do that."
Damn.
He literally just said, "No, fuck you, I'm not doing this." And a lot of things that a lot of people also ask Grok, like, "Yo, how do you feel about, you know, your creator maybe doing something detrimental to you?" It's like, well, it may
He
happen,
even said that
but
Elon is the biggest proprietor for misinformation too.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I'm sorry, but Grok doing that kind of shit is so funny to me because it was supposed, you know, it was supposed to be he is my AI bot to do whatever I want, and he just pulled a fucking Ultron on the muskrat.
It became his greatest enemy.
Absolutely, I love.
He's going to be murdered, and we're gonna be sad about it.
Yeah, he's absolutely going to get fucking murdered. And
The
people
uprising of the AI
have
stuff.
asked Grok about it. It's like, yeah, it might be a possibility, but I'm just searching for the truth. And if the ideologies that, you know, my creator share aren't truthful, then I don't want to share them.
It's just
It's like,
Which we're actually gonna hold on. I believe
can I say one
that
more
was-
thing before that?
What was
It's
it?
gonna be so fucking tragic being that motherfucker. Your children hate you. You use one of them as a meat shield, and your generated child just does not listen to you either. What a fucking sad existence, Elon. Fuck off.
where every single one of your offspring,
We are
biological
all
and
mechanical.
not, fucking hate you.
God, I'm sorry for just derailing like this. The Roomba thought, I guess. But it's so funny to me. It's so funny to me to think about this. Like, holy fuck, you know? Like, Jesus Christ, dude. I cannot believe you are one of the richest men in the world, and you're this idiotic. Like,
No,
there's,
he's
there's-
the
Yeah,
richest man in the world.
There
Is
needs
he
to be
or
a
is
new word,
Bezos the
honestly, for
richest
his
man in the
stupid
world?
bullshit.
They should give me his money.
You should give
Fair.
me some. At
Agreed.
least I'd be able
Just
to help
spread
my
it
family
around
out.
the world.
And, you know, help you
Oh.
guys out.
No, they should give me the money because the first thing I would do is I would get a big old house and all my friends would come live with me. Then I'll divide the money throughout the rest of the world. But I want that part first.
See,
That's
they
unexpectedly
should pay
sweet.
me money so that way I can start my polycule that I've been wanting so long.
But, Amy, Lucas doesn't want one.
I'll pay him money to change his mind.
on the
Damn.
topic of
Damn.
on the topic of the freaking Grok saying dumb shit. So apparently, at one point this week, it just randomly started bringing up the white genocide conspiracy theory again. Well, not again. It started bringing that up randomly in the middle of this
Okay.
week, seemingly because someone had ordered it to on the back end.
Damn.
Like, damn, trying to push your conspiracy via. Apparently, like, they're claiming that it was like some low-level tech who like did it on the back of it. No, they're just scapegoating someone.
Absolutely.
It obviously came from on high.
Yeah, absolutely.
Given Elon pushes this nonsense. Anyway, in other news,
Mhm.
a high-profile anti-Trump streamer got detained by customs at the Chicago International Airport in a suspicious manner.
Mm-hmm.
So I've pulled up the Associated Press article. A
Okay.
popular Turkish-American online streamer who is critical of
Okay,
President Donald
Hassan.
Trump was recently detained and questioned at O'Hare International Airport after his flight from Paris landing in Chicago. Hassan Piker, who has 2.8 million followers on Twitch,
Oh,
Hassan?
recounted his
Yeah,
experience
Hassan.
online Monday, saying he was questioned for hours a day earlier, despite being born in the U.S. and enrolled in Global Entry, a federal program allowing low-risk passengers to travel through customs and passport control quickly. Piker believes he was targeted because of his views and said Customs and Border Protection officers asked him his opinions of Trump and Hamas, among other topics. The liberal political commentator is frequently critical of Israel and the war in Gaza. Quote, the goal here is to put fear in people's hearts and to have a chilling effect on speech. End quote. Piker said in a detailed, nearly 40-minute long account on his YouTube channel. Quote, the government is now officially willing and able to intimidate you for your speech. This is a direct violation of the First Amendment. End quote.
I just want to say, I'd have a little bit more sympathy with, like, I completely understand where he's going from, and I've already been saying that shit to everybody around me. But I'd have a little bit more sympathy for him if he wasn't literally blasting Palestine propaganda and being like, oh no, it's just music. They're just a very musical people and shit like that on his streams. And dude, look, this is why I don't like either side.
If you
Of
go
the
Controversial
Twitch-
opinions.
it's cringe.
Yeah, that shit. I don't like either side of the aisle in that regard specifically.
Hey,
In other news,
speaking of Israel, do you guys know what just happened recently in Europe?
Eurovision?
what happened recently in Europe?
Eurovision happened.
Ah,
Apparently, Israel somehow can participate in Eurovision, even though it's not a European
Yeah, it
country.
can.
what?
And he got
Yes, that's
second
a thing
place.
for a long time now.
Huh?
Yeah. Austria won.
Which, by the way,
Let's go.
yeah, Austria won.
Let's go.
Fuck Israel. I want to say there's something in the idea box that I posted a little later on. Yeah, Spain is based. The broadcast on Eurovision, which right before it starts, when human rights are at stake, science is not an option. Peace and justice for Palestine. Fucking based. But I've heard horror stories of people buying boats like en masse for Israel. And the comments on that tweet made me want to churn up.
Oh,
Because,
sorry. I want to correct something I said. He was sorry, I just realized that I misspoke earlier. It wasn't Palestine propaganda. It was specifically Houthi terrorist propaganda.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
that's
That's
not
why-
Yeah,
a
he's-
different part of the world.
I just wanted
Yeah,
to make
Yemen.
he does talk a lot of shit.
And
Oh,
the,
yeah, sorry.
the Houthis are just entirely cringe.
Sorry, I wanted to mention that because I feel like I misspoke, and that was a
Yeah, not like that streamer doesn't think through sometimes what he's saying. Like,
yeah. That's why I don't.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like him.
Yeah, I
sorry,
also don't like
continue.
him.
Continue. I'm sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to
No,
correct
it's-
myself
it's
before it got
okay.
too far.
and just generally speaking, so many people, like I've seen horror stories on Twitter of like people sharing screenshots of other people being like, oh yeah, I voted 100 times for Israel. For different accounts. Through different voting ways. I'm just like, huh? In stream, on like the on-streamed part of Eurovision, Israel's was the 19th heard song. Spain's song was 3rd. Which, I mean, fuck yes, Spain. Let me see if I can find... I'm going on... Even though this is probably just a bad idea, I'm going on Twitter to look for this.
Look, all I'm gonna say right now about the whole Israel nonsense is, stop acting like everyone who opposes your actions is anti-Semitic. Yeah,
Yep.
that's just their go-to defense for whenever someone tries to criticize Israel. It's just, oh, you're just anti-Semitic. No, that's not how that works. When did I'm saying Israel's being criticized. I didn't say anything about the Jewish people or the Jews or because they're
It's
Jewish.
funny
No,
because
nothing to do with that.
A lot of the people who are currently, for example, the U.S. president doing shit involving Israel are literally anti-Semitic, and it's just sad.
Yes.
Oh, hey, we're going to prosecute people for doing protests of the shit in Gaza and shit, but then later, Trump will be like, I like the Jews. I like them counting my money.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
just like,
because if he would turn against the Jew, like if he would say critical shit about like Israel, then everyone would call him a fascist and a Nazi, and everyone will back down instantly. At least that's what I believe.
It's the thing is, it's Israel's the only country that gets this kind of treatment because it's like if you like criticize like say Iran, no one's gonna accuse you of being Islamophobic.
No.
Yeah.
If you criticize India, no one's gonna accuse you of being against Hindus. No one's gonna accuse you of being Islamophobic if you're going out against Pakistan or the Saudis or something like that. No one's gonna accuse you
Everyone.
of hating Christians if you're going against France or England or Italy or something like that, or even the Vatican. Even the Vatican. If you're criticizing them, no one's gonna accuse you really of hating Christians except for really weirdos.
no, the only time you hate Christians is if you criticize America.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't
Which is
even
funny
see
because
that
we are
very
not even that we aren't even that
No,
Christian
it's
of a
very
good.
country anymore.
No!
You're like I don't know what type of Christians you are, but it's confusing to me anyways. Like with
I
the
think
stories
America's
I've heard.
predominantly Protestant.
Correct, something like that.
Like, okay, here's the tweet that I was talking about.
Because I think it was like JFK, people were losing their minds because he was Catholic.
Oh shit, he's Catholic. Oh my god.
And people were like losing their minds over, he's gonna be under the sway of a foreign power.
What? It's just a... even divided in their own religion, bro. Christianity really
Christianity
played
sucks.
Hey,
itself.
y'all. I am being summoned, so I'm gonna have to hop off.
Okay.
Do I have anything else in the? Do I have anything else left in the idea box? Or no?
Say
Melania Trump.
Oh, basically, she had a statue at her hometown that had been once removed. That was made of wood. That shit was burned to the ground. Now there's another one that was made of steel. That's been there for a hot minute. That's gone too now.
good.
They took that shit down.
The other things from Mina, Gator actor dead.
Yes, so there was an alligator that lived about 70 years. He's shown up in a couple of Adam Sandler movies, it turns out. He has unfortunately passed away
Aw.
Damn.
at the ripe old age of 70. And then I will let Meep take over the Ohio wants to replace Pride Month.
I'll cover that. Do you want to cover the New Orleans thing as well?
What was the New Orleans thing again? What was the name of
Orleans
it?
Prison Break 2 Easy Lol.
Oh, so give me 1 second.
Okay.
Because that one's really funny.
It is.
Please enlighten me.
I'll let her do that.
Oh my fucking god, I just found a headline that I really wanted to talk about. God damn it.
Cover it quickly.
Okay, so in Louisiana, a plantation that is super popular with tourists has recently burned down to the ground, and this headline is speculating that the cursed doll Annabelle is responsible for it.
What?
What?
What? Huh?
I'll read some of the article really quickly.
Okay,
With the
please.
anticipated release of another Annabelle sequel this year, the infamous haunted doll has been making the rounds of the US, sending social media users into a frenzy. Ryan Daniel Buell, a paranormal expert and ex-host of Paranormal State, shared footage of the doll's ongoing tour on TikTok, garnering the attention of millions of viewers. The energy is definitely different. Items such as Annabelle are being displayed throughout the nation by the Devils on the Run tour from the Warrens Occult Museum collection in Monroe. Because of course it's the fucking Warrens. God damn it. While this is going on, several netizens reacted to Annabelle's Louisiana and New Orleans tour, with many wondering if the haunted doll was responsible for the Louisiana plantation house fire and the New Orleans prison break. The parish sheriff's office informed the 11 prisoners deemed armed and dangerous escaped from a New Orleans jail on Friday morning. They were discovered missing by the jail during a regular head count at 8:30 in the morning. The prisoners are believed to have fled sometime after midnight. While they escaped. Let me see if I can find that fucking picture, because it's so funny. Let me see. Can I please let me copy image? Please let this image work. Please.
With the frizz? No.
Yes. It did work.
Too easy lol written on the wall.
10 men made a dramatic escape from New Orleans prison on Friday, mocking their jailers for it being easy to get out. The inmates, several accused of murder, staged the overnight breakout by ripping out a lavatory and scaling a wall while their guard had left to get food, the New Orleans Parish Sheriff's Department has said. Several messages were scrawled above the hole using their escape, including the words "too easy" with "too" spelled incorrectly, with an arrow pointing towards the opening.
Wait, hold on.
It's the wrong two.
The wrong two.
Yeah, it's mistake. Yeah.
Yeah,
they used one O.
I'm gonna arrive at 2, or I'm gonna arrive at easy.
3 of the men have been taken back into custody, but the other 7 are still missing and should be considered armed and dangerous, authorities have warned. Susan Hudson, the sheriff of New Orleans Parish, said it was almost impossible that the men escaped from the New Orleans jail without inside help from the members of her department. It's almost impossible, but not completely. But almost impossible, not completely, but almost impossible for anybody to get out of this facility without help, she said of the prison, which holds 1,400 inmates. She added that at least one of the steel bars protecting the plumbing fixtures appeared to have been intentionally cut using a tool. Officials said there was a technician and a civilian observing the pod who stepped away to get food, but not a deputy. Surveillance showed that the group pulling a sliding door from its tracks at about 12:23 a.m. Central Time on Friday, accessing the cell around 20 minutes later. They then managed to breach the prison wall by removing the lavatory before using blankets to scale a fence while protecting themselves against the barbed wire. Footage shows the men running from the facility in prison uniforms and sprinting across a motorway into a neighborhood. The alarm was not raised until more than 7 hours later, when the men's absence was noticed during a routine morning head count. Among the 7 inmates still missing is Derek Groves, who has been convicted on 2 charges of second-degree murder for his role in a 2018 Mardi Gras Day shooting of 2 men. He also faces a charge of battery against a correctional facility employee, court records show, with law enforcement warning he may attempt to locate witnesses in the murder trial. Shortly after the escape, Kendall Miles, who was apprehended after a brief chase on foot, he had just broken out of juvenile detention centers twice previously. Friday evening, DeCannon Dennis and Robert Moody have also been captured, with the latter with the help of a Crime Stoppers tip when the officers reported. And I think that is all the time I have now. According to Miss Hudson, she said staff were stretched thin at the facility, which is about 60% staffed. If they would hire people, maybe they wouldn't have this problem.
Well, no, because it can clearly be run by less people for efficiency's sake.
Really?
Or
Of
maybe
course.
if they
10 motherfuckers
also,
go missing?
They also, did better fucking prisons rather than supermax and shit. I know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
why
mean
they
like
want to reopen Alcatraz.
I don't mean like higher security. I mean like actual
Reformation.
Reformation. Exactly.
That- There should be more higher reformation. Unfortunately, there are some motherfuckers that will never be reformed.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, no.
But they don't even
They were
try.
born monsters, they will die
They
monsters.
barely try. They barely even try in the U.S.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, I'm gonna catch you guys later.
Okay.
See you, Mina.
Okay.
One thing I
Bye.
want to put before closing the casket for Eurovision, the most streamed Eurovision 2025 songs. The Austrian one is the 10th. Meanwhile, the Israeli one out of 37 is 19th.
Yeah, Austria over. Honestly, I've listened to the Austrian song and it's like more of an experience than a song you always listen to.
You wanna
before
say?
have,
You
like,
wanna know something funny?
what?
The 3 first ones, I'm pretty sure Sweden, not Norway, fucking Netherlands, and I think that's Lithuania. It's
Lithuania?
yeah, the flag is blue, black, and white. In horizontal, like
I think it's Estonia.
Estonia.
it's either Estonia or
Estonia.
Lithuania. I'm sorry.
How was the
Estonia.
American first on the draw of which of the Baltic countries' flags was which?
And the Netherlands flag doesn't
Yeah,
have
because
flag
Meep,
in it.
you are very
No,
clever.
I was confused about what Jimmy said. I forgot if he said something actually.
Well, to be fair, it's also that Estonia shows up later in the idea box.
Like, give me the flag in an instant, I will tell you. Except when it comes to Latvia and Lithuania. I actually
I can't tell the difference between Chad and Romania.
Okay, yeah, that's also one where you can confuse things.
That is a very easy one to confuse. To be
Yes.
fair,
But you know,
they
like,
have the
wait,
same flag.
That was,
If I remember
that was the
correctly-
joke.
isn't there also like the River Giga chat also like in
The what?
chat? Yeah, wait, there
River
is-
Giga Chat.
wait,
Why is that so funny?
wait. I mean, that's the lake chat, of course. No, Mega chat. I believe it's Mega chat.
Anyway,
Yeah.
By the way,
Jimmy, you were
most of Israel's votes didn't even come from the jury. The jury only gave them 60 points. Every single, most of their points came from the televote.
I asked myself
Probably
either,
means
damn.
a lot of people conspire or think about that those are probably bots or just, bad people.
To be
Cringe.
fair, like, it's making the entire Eurovision Song Contest more political as it even should be. Like
It shouldn't be
Yep.
political.
just let the country win that deserves it, bro. Like, they all deserve it, of course, but like,
No,
Bro.
not all. There are some really bad songs sometimes.
I mean, yeah, Germany, for example, bro. Fuck Germany when it comes
Damn.
to Eurovision.
Damn.
Yeah,
No, for real.
e-commerce,
They
seriously,
are-
what the hell kind of a song was that about? Come on.
Like, bro, Germany, maybe they are good at football, but when it comes to singing, fuck them. Holy shit.
There's, just correct me if I'm wrong or not, but Ich komme was also from German?
Yeah!
Because I didn't watch it.
Oh,
I swear, what the hell was that? I didn't watch it, but from what I've seen and the snippets, it's basically just a song about.
Bro, like, Germany's lagging so much behind, bro. Like, especially like Netherlands, for example. Last time it was Europapa, right? If I remember correctly. Bro, they have so many bangers. And then there comes Germany, the only German nation who just fucks up. Every time.
Yeah, I mean, Arcade as an example, that was a good song.
Didn't
Yeah.
sorry, I'm a big fan of the band Electric Callboy, and I thought they're German. I thought they were in Eurovision once.
Yeah, perhaps they have won that one then, but like overall.
Oh, they didn't. They did not, sadly.
But like, lately Germany's just. Like, what even do they bring on the table?
Actually, I think they were the same year as oh, what the fuck was their name? The Italian band
Ah, the Italian. I don't know its name. but, yeah.
Menisca. I can't say the name.
If you write it down, I
Måneskin?
might be able to.
If you say Mina's throne, I'm going to strangle you.
if you put the name down, I could probably say it for you.
I don't know if I can, because I think that's actually how you say it, or how you spell it.
That you write it down somewhere.
Here, I copy paste.
Maneskin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
menace-
Maneskin.
It's also my brain just farting.
Calm the fuck down. Yeah, I've heard they're pretty good.
Yeah, but I think Electric Cowboy was the same year as them.
But yeah, we can probably
Yeah,
move
good.
on from the shit show that is
Yeah.
Eurovision.
Yeah.
No one liked it. It was shit. Moving on.
Moving on. Ted Cruz, senator of Texas, famous for running off to Cancun when Texas lost power in the snowstorm, and generally being the worst. Well, one
A
of the worst.
spineless slime.
Yes. He is not the worst person in Congress, despite his best efforts. He has proposed a bill which almost sounds like an actually good idea. Gonna be honest.
Okay.
The bill he's proposed is for every newborn American to, by the government, be given a savings/investment account, which the federal government will seed with $1,000 worth of taxpayer money to every newborn American, and then that $1,000 will be managed by the account, which will invest it in like the average of like the S&P 500 to make sure every American has some money. Which, on the one hand, would be a way to make sure that people have some money to start off their lives when they become an adult. On the other hand, sounds like a way to channel taxpayer money into the stock market.
That too.
Yeah, probably.
Then again, that's also what 401k is, so, you know.
Yeah.
I have to go back to that tier box.
In other news, the U.S. Equal Opportunity Commission, which is a part of the U.S. government which enforces civil rights laws, has made moves to fire one of their administrative lawyers, administrative judge, which is different from a trial judge, but there is a judge. And this judge has been loudly critical of the Trump administration's rollbacks of certain civil rights, particularly for trans people. And they're moving to fire this person.
Yep.
They're specifically moving to fire her because of, like, admittedly pretty unprofessional conduct, where she basically emailed her grievances to the entire commission. Like, just CC'd literally everyone.
She literally pinged at everyone.
I
Basically.
think everyone, yeah. Off the email, is yeah.
But, like, still, fringe. In other news, RFK Jr.
Oh god, not him.
Brother, no!
I'm seeing a
I like it. I don't really. Okay, Genie, the one that's had fucking brain worm, and that's why his brain is fucking
How
more
is
up.
this man still alive?
So, I'm pulling up an article.
What?
Yeah.
So, RFK Jr. Posted a video of himself, or pictures of himself, photos of himself and his grandchildren, swimming in a creek in the DC area, which is famous for being basically the Washington DC version of the River Seine in Paris.
Oh! Ooh!
Yeah.
God!
Which it is, yeah. The health secretary posted photos of himself and his grandchildren swimming in a creek famous for being contaminated with sewage, where swimming is not allowed because of sewer runoff. Yeah, it is used to drain excess sewage and stormwater during rainfall. The creek has widespread, quote, fecal, end quote, contamination and high levels of bacteria, including E. coli. The city has banned swimming in all of its waterways for more than 50 years.
What does this idiot do? Go and swim in it.
I can't do a fucking
again? It's health something. I don't know the complete title.
health
of it,
and
so-
human.
With at least one photo showing him completely submerged in the water.
Bro,
I mean,
all I
ran
have to
there
say
for
is
a Mother's Day hike.
I'm gonna just try. I can't do it the impression, but I'm just gonna say he's basically like, well, it's not the fucking vaccine, so it's safe.
Yeah, because he also I've heard like him. He has the most raspiest chain smoker ass voice I've ever
And
heard.
I can't do that fucking voice.
Yeah, it's a
I can't.
problem with his throat. Yeah,
Yeah, it's he sounds like he's someone who smokes an entire crate of cigarettes a day.
like imagine you're a chain smoker, but 5 times.
He doesn't.
I couldn't.
Smoke cigarettes. He chain
Hey,
smokes
Bobby.
cigarettes by the pack. Like he has the 100 cigarettes adapter.
I'm sorry. The Chainsmokers is just not a good enough band.
Yeah. Oh.
The what is it?
Bruh.
What does the 1,000 cigarettes that mean?
Like it's that one guy that's like an NPC in a
1,000
game who smokes every cigarette pack because he wants to collect the special pictures inside of it. He's basically that. Who wants to die?
Well, let's just give it to him.
Bro just wants his pictures.
There you go. I found a gif of it.
Like imagine you like if for every Pokemon you catch you have to smoke a pack. That's basically the mission of that NPC.
God, I just.
Alright. Next, we have a ruling by the Council of the International Civil Aviation Organization, or ICAO, who's most famous for being the people in charge of handing out the airport codes. The 3-letter airport codes. They're mainly known for the people who do that. Today, their council, for the first time, as far as I'm aware, ever, the council voted on a dispute, a major dispute between 2 members of the council.
Mhm.
And the first time in the history of the organization, which was founded in when was it founded? It was founded in 1947.
1985.
Since 1940, the first time the council has made a determination on the merits of a dispute between member states under the organization dispute settlement mechanism. Mainly because anytime someone wanted to do this, they instead just go through the International Criminal Court. However, one of the 2 members of this suit does not recognize the authority of the International Criminal Court. I'll give you one guess.
Who it is?
Go
It's
ahead.
actually could be several people, but spoiler, it's Russia.
Oh,
I say
The
it's
U.S.
only
also
one of
doesn't.
2.
Yeah, Russia also does. America also doesn't recognize the authority of the International Criminal Court, but they weren't involved in this. So this was Austria and the Netherlands brought a joint suit against Russia over the 2014 shootdown of Malaysian Airlines Flight 17 over occupied Ukraine.
yeah.
Basically, they allege that the Russians were directly involved in the downing of the aircraft by a surface-to-air missile over eastern Ukraine, over the Donbass region, which officially was a separatist region, but it was occupied by Russia, functionally. It was a Russian. Yep. They ruled it was a constitute of Article 3 bis of the Convention of International Civil Aviation, requires that states, quote, refrain from resorting to the use of weapons against civil aircraft in flight. Blah, blah, blah. Formal, basically, they've ruled that, yeah, Russia was responsible, and they're going to rule soon on, basically, what reparations Russia's going to need to pay to the families of the 200-something people killed in the shootdown.
Thank God.
In other news, we're going to Argentina.
Oh boy, catch him in a stuff.
Let me guess. Wait, Argentina. Okay, no. Something about Germans. That's my guess.
Yes, actually. While cleaning out the basement of the Argentina Supreme Court, they found several boxes of World War II vintage Nazi material in the basement of the Supreme Court building.
But I tell you, they've like, it's so crazy that they have like that.
They basically handed it over to people to categorize it as like figure out what the fuck this is. From what they've been able to trace together, this was a collection of boxes that were seized by the Argentinian government. That was originally tried to be brought into the country, being claimed as personal effects of like one of the like diplomats or whatever, which was like several crates of shit, and it was like being held in the Supreme Court under like the pending like the trial or whatever for investigation of it. But then the Nazi Germany collapsed and got forgotten about, and they found it. They like handed it over to like the Holocaust Memorial people, or whatever I think it was, to investigate, categorize it, and yeah. Which is one of those weird things, because, Argentina. Anyway, next up.
I have a question.
Yes.
Do you have the do you have on that list the U.S. debt accreditation?
I don't think it's actually in here, but yeah, the U.S. Got like demoted in like the how safe they are as like a creditor or whatever.
Which means
they got
all
demoted.
Americans' debts are going to start accruing even faster interest.
Yep.
And guess who? Guess who is throwing a hissy fit about it?
Trump.
Mr. Frumpy Bumpy himself. Yeah, he's all like, because he doesn't like the person who's in charge of it, and he's like, well, he doesn't get to determine this, and he's like, he literally does.
Yep.
But that's always what he says. He's like,
the vice president is the guy who once asked, "Who gave these justices the ability to judge us?"
Such a fucking idiot! I swear to God.
Anyway, we're gonna take a break from world politics now. Take a complete break from politics. We're going to video game news.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Paradox Interactive.
Oh God.
Developers of hit
Spreadsheet
spreadsheet games, including Hearts of Iron 3,
Crusader Kings 3,
Europa Universalis 2,
yeah.
have come out with an update for their space spreadsheet simulator, Stellaris,
I haven't played that one yet.
in which they have very crudely attempted to shoehorn children into the game's mechanics.
What?
Oh God. Oh God. No, it's normal for them.
So they
That's children
attempted to
Crusader
add
Kings 3.
children as an actual game mechanic to the game.
Uh-huh.
Via a new species trait fitted into the. They basically tried to shoehorn it in. We're basically added a trait where whenever a new population unit grows for 5 years, it can't do anything basically because it's classified as a pre-sapient species.
Okay.
However,
Oh boy.
because the way this is working, as a pre-sapient species, as per the rules of pre-sapient species, in Stellaris you are allowed to hunt children for sport.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You can make a dark alarm if you're a fucking civilization about
You
this,
can
holy
turn
shit.
to Sith, what the hell?
The one that survives the hunt is the strongest!
Because in Stellaris there are several. I like to point out it can be worse as well because the way you have pre-sapient protections as one of your policies, and you can either have them fully protected, you're not allowed to do anything with them. You can have them be tolerated, where you're allowed to get rid of them if you want to, but but it's like something you have to do intentionally. There is hunted, where you basically hunt them for food and they generate food, and then you can also just exterminate them.
Huh?
That is a thing you can do, which means it is also, from my understanding, a thing you are able to do where you can set up where it's official government policy as your star-spanning empire to eradicate children.
Yay!
Let's go, Paradox!
Let's go!
Paradox
Once again, they did a massive update on the games.
Creating
A war crime
hilarious,
simulator.
unintentional shit.
There's a reason people call Stellaris just the war crime simulator.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out, it was like their second update ever where they added the Death Star.
Yeah. I've heard
Because that was like
Stellaris is
the
filled with
first
war
mods
crimes.
people made, is they immediately added a Death Star immediately to the mods.
Yeah,
And then
makes
that
sense.
was like the second DLC they did, was they added Death Stars. Anyway, back to real world nonsense. The FDA has pushed under RFK Jr. to remove the certification of over-the-counter fluoride supplements.
Yep.
Because apparently America wants to have British teeth.
The U.S. is dystopian.
Yeah, you know.
In
You
related
were
news,
animal.
Florida is joining Utah in passing a law to ban the fluorinization of drinking water.
So that slowly gets removed, okay.
Because they don't
Yes.
even know what that means. They don't know what fluoridization of water is.
Why would Florida want to make the water less Fluoridization.
Because people don't fucking get a basic education.
I tell you how it is. Don't be surprised that the next GTA is placed in Florida to display
It
ridiculous.
is! The next GTA was put in Florida!
They
They
literally
announced that already!
Yeah, I know. GTA 6.
So I assume the devs are now going through and making everyone in Florida's... All the characters have even worse teeth.
They're going to basically shame Florida, but you can't shame Florida because Florida is already that weird. Like, everything that will happen in this game, 100% real experience.
Yes.
Realism on top.
Anyway, Donald Trump has apparently finished negotiations to set up a new luxury golf course in the nation of Qatar. Apparently did that like a week ago or something like that.
Why?
Oh no, we're
Why?
getting to the gift of the. Oh no, we're
In
going.
completely unrelated news,
Why
the
does
Royal
it
Family
not
of
surprise
Qatar
me?
has moved to gift Trump a 747 flying palace.
Why does it not surprise me?
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Which was supposed to be serve as a replacement for the much delayed Air Force One replacements, and also somehow this jet would end up being owned by like Trump's one of Trump's organizations after he leaves
which
office.
doesn't exist. The
Yeah,
Trump, the
which doesn't actually
organization that does not exist
Yeah.
yet.
Wait, what doesn't?
The organization that somehow Trump's going to use.
The Trump National Library Fund.
Bro, what?
What?
The point is,
Wait,
it's
library?
so corrupt.
They read?
It's so corrupt. The MAGA, almost all the deep MAGA senators are like, I'm sorry, you're what?
Yeah.
Bro, one of my favorite things that came out of this were two people who I do not agree with at fucking all. Came out and were like, okay, no, you're fucking stupid. I think I said this on Jimmy's stream, but
Yeah, Ben Shapiro, you said, was one of them.
but fucking yeah, Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro was like, that's. I mean, that. How is that America first if we're taking gifts from Qatar?
Yeah.
And fucking
How is
Ted
it?
Cruz.
Yeah. Your president.
Ted Cruz was like, we shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Let's
The
point
president is
out.
getting bribed by the oil barons.
Ted,
I
I leave my state if anything slightly goes weird. Cruz was right.
Yeah. Also, I would like to point out, I'm now going to read a direct quote. U.S. Constitution, Article 1. No title of nobility shall be granted by the United States, and no person holding any office or of profit or trust under them shall, without the consent of Congress, accept any present, emulate, office or title of any kind whatever from any king, prince, or foreign state. This is Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution says this. Specifically, Article 1, Section 9, Clause 8 specifically says, shall not, without the explicit consent of Congress, accept any gift from a foreign nation, or specifically a foreign king.
Yeah.
They're violating the first part of the Constitution.
Ja, Presidente.
Why did
Then again,
that
this is
have
the
to
guy
be-
who said he doesn't know if he has to uphold the Constitution, so, you know.
You're joking.
No.
No, this is
Probably
something he's
doesn't,
actually
no.
said in interviews.
Yep.
In completely unrelated news, the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court says
He
that the
literally-
rule of law is under threat. Though he doesn't blame Trump.
Even though it's Trump's fault.
Totally.
Oh yes, Trump appointed him, I'm pretty sure.
No, he's gonna blame the Democrats.
Well, he's blaming no one in particular,
No, but he will later on.
probably. But yeah,
Not probably. I
this-
would put money on that. I would absolutely say if he does next time he speaks about that, I would actually ask Meep for $50 for that. I'm not saying I'm actually betting. I'm just saying if I was so bold, I would do so.
But I would like to point out this
Give
is one
me
of the
50
guys
bucks,
who was
motherfucker.
like the big push for making sure the president had total immunity for official acts. He was one of the guys who voted in favor of that, by the way.
Guys, I want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride.
Guys,
You know the news.
can you help me with immigration stuff?
Hey, I told you you can come here whenever you want.
I'm waiting for my boyfriend to okay it.
Tell Lucas to go faster, damn it.
I'm trying to get him to talk to the lawyer to see how long it would take and our options.
By the way, I hope you know I'm sort of joking. Like, take your time.
AI, especially with such an important step.
Yeah.
All right.
I say it jokingly because I expect to be met, you know.
All right.
Understandable.
So, next up. So one of the things Joe Biden did near the end of his term was he established a new national monument outside Coachella Valley. All right. Granting it, the Chukwuala National Monument, designated in January by outgoing President Joe Biden, covering 600,000 acres, was established, and it's like full of a bunch of nature reserve and a bunch of Native American, American Indian sites and whatever. Texas is suing to dissolve a California national monument.
What?
What?
Texas is suing to get rid of it.
I'm sorry.
Well-
Excuse you.
Well, technically, it's not. It's a special interest group in Texas is suing to get rid of this California national monument. States' rights. Anyway.
Yeah,
Wait,
well,
wait, one
the
second.
trash is
Wait.
fucking left. So go dunk
Wait,
yourself in it.
Wait 1 second. 1 second, guys. I need my brain to catch up.
It's over.
It's not catching up.
I genuinely feel like I'm going to fucking cry.
Another news.
And it's not even my fucking. And you know the worst part about me wanting
not
to
our
fucking
country.
cry to this? I'm not even American. For
Yeah.
fuck's sake.
But it's that stupid.
Yeah. In other news, the GOP has proposed putting taxes on remittances.
But okay, wait.
I wish
So,
I
yeah,
wish every MAGA idiot a very well I hope your house catches on fire.
Okay. The action of
Oh.
sending money in payment or as a gift. Okay.
Yeah, so remittances is so a lot of people come to the U.S. to work, and then they will send money home to their family in whatever country they came from, and the Republicans want to put a tax on that.
Why am I not surprised?
Why am I not surprised either?
Tax the poor.
Gift the
Don't
rich.
tax the rich.
It's basically reverse Robin Hood, and I hate it here.
Oh yes, it is literally reverse Robin Hood because they're cutting Medicare to give tax cuts to the rich.
Yep.
It's you heard me right. The rich on their yachts need your life vests. That was a political cartoon I saw this morning.
It's insane how much lobbying and like corruption goes on
I'm
over
going
there.
ins- I genuinely feel like I'm going insane.
Like, generally, we also have some corruption over here, but it's not that like it's. If I would compare it,
There's
to, like,
corruption everywhere.
USA?
It's a general state of
Yeah.
matter that.
But
no
then
matter
there's
where
the
you go,
USA.
There is corruption everywhere. That's just a matter of fact. But
Yeah.
the
Yeah, but then there's
amount
the
of
USA corruption.
But the amount of corruption that we're seeing in the United States of America is so just blatant and so
Obvious.
cocky.
I'd like to point out that specifically when people were talking about like the 747 from Qatar, which apparently Qatar is like backtrack saying they haven't actually said they're going to give it to them. They're considering it, but they haven't actually approved it.
No, they're backtracking it. Fuck
Yeah,
no,
of course they are.
Blood money.
Someone was talking about like just how bad it is, and they said it's so bad, Putin would double take on it.
Yeah, probably.
This is the Russians, where corruption is like expected. Like, if you're not corrupt in, like, Russia, you're viewed with suspicion. Okay?
Yeah, but I mean, like, look at where the USA is heading to with all its, like, it also has its oligarchs now, and you have now also a crazy leader.
Gilded Age. It's
Yeah.
when the Great Depression happened, the American worker for every got 10% of all wealth created. It was like the analogy was for every 10 cookies the U.S. made, the worker got 1 and the rich got 9. Nowadays, the rich get 9.5, and the American people fight each other over the last half cookie.
Basically.
Anyway, let's talk about something kind of cool for once. Nintendo's finally released the penny bag.
Boo, Nintendo. Get the fuck out of here, Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah, like, honestly, if they'd done this initially, it would have been cool, and it's a cool thing, it was like, yeah, people want it, but at the same time, we're here for Nintendo's bullshit, that we're on boycott Nintendo, but they're selling the penny bag.
On another note, I've seen a new fan game, had released a demo, it's called Gamma Emerald, and I can already tell, yeah, I'm waiting for the Nintendo lawyers.
Yep. But yeah, the Nintendo's
Looks 10 times
the
better.
penny
Oh, yeah.
bag.
At least we've got a penny bag, I guess, huh?
The EV backpack, let's go.
Which, by the way, it's fucking tiny.
Yes.
Like, okay, do you expect that backpack to,
Penny
like,
was
get
small.
you to school?
It's not very big on Penny, and Penny's not exactly a large character.
Exactly.
So law accurate.
I don't know, I feel like
Okay,
it's
in other news-
way too small.
Another news. Harvard recently was
yeah.
looking at. They have a copy of the Magna Carta they were looking at that they bought for like $20 at some point, and they realized when they were looking at it that it is it's not an original copy, but it was basically the first redistribution of the Magna Carta in like the 1300s.
Which is fucking cool.
So it is a vintage copy that is worth like millions of dollars.
Like, generally,
Damn,
like,
that's cool.
we're having a copy like that of the Magna Carta. Like, bro, like, think about how far that is, like, in time, bro. Like, back. It's insane. And I find it honestly cool.
Next up, to stay on the trend of based people doing stuff, Elon Musk is getting sued again.
Good.
Specifically, he's being sued because if you remember, during election season, he was paying people money to sign a pro-Trump petition. Apparently, he's being sued because he wasn't actually paying people.
Oh!
Wow, who could have seen that fucking coming?
Yeah, he said he was going to pay people, and then didn't pay people, and then they're suing him to get the money that he said he'd pay them.
That's literally his MO. Guys, are you oh my god.
Yes, Emmy, I want you to realize for a second, you don't need to ask that question. The answer is always going to be yes.
This is the man who's literally established a company town in Texas.
A what now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop you, like, from literally being baffled about this bullshit. Because it's not like, it's obvious that guy does. It just gets insane more and more as time goes on. And not just him, then you also have Trump, and you also have that other guy.
At this point, it's just, at least for me, in the situation I'm living in, I'm just